TJ Sievers and Jake Kosmecki will start in the fourth row. Lucas Houle and Colton Krajcek in row 5. It's Benjamin Heiting, Cody Jones, Jesse Greaves, and Bill Berger all in the side by side. Brent, this has been an exciting class to watch. We talked throughout this weekend, points, championship implications, those pictures coming into focus a little bit more and more, and this one is a little bit clearer than most on the pro side of things. Cross Kirchmeier has a 41-point lead over Jeb Boodle.
Yeah,
pro stock.
He just has to keep maintaining his spots, finish in the top 3, and it's in his favor as we look at our temperature this afternoon. 85 degrees. We thought it was going to get up to 90 today. The humidity
actually dropped off.
Yeah, it dropped about 30%. Yeah, nice little breeze.
Muggy this morning. The air was a little stagnant this morning. It was kind of like being in a sauna, being outside. And very comfortable now. Sun has been shining through some intermittent clouds here in northeast Wisconsin. Really couldn't ask for much better of a day, though.
No, it's beautiful here in Lena, Wisconsin. Just a small little town. Started off on Friday night at the parade downtown. That was so cool to see how many people. I was asking you, where did all these people come from?
Yeah, I always love being here in Lena for the whole event. But yeah, Thunder on Main, such a great thing that they've been doing the last few years. Beautiful little town. The community really stands behind their racing too. That's, we've over our time around this sport, we've seen other places try to host off-road races, and the one that hits because they never got the community support. Lena did it the right way. The community was jacked. They were excited to have an off-road race in their town before they even broke ground on the track. Then by the time they broke ground on the track, everybody was already behind it.
Yeah, and that makes it so much easier to bring this into the small town like Lena, but it's been huge. Sometimes you see a series sit around for years and they don't be able to have any races throughout their career, but today we're just enjoying Lena. It's going to get tough, tight out here. They practiced multiple times this weekend. They left it alone for a while during the sportsman division. I think they played it safe.
Well, with side out on the racetrack, your top qualifier, fastest lap in round 9, belongs to Brody Sands, the Yokohama top qualifier for pro stock. Brody was very fast yesterday, was leading that one late in the race, then trying to play a little defense, drove right through one of those holes that we saw develop, blew a tire, and that pretty much took him out of the running. Still came across the line with a 6th place finish, but along the way, he set the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, that's huge. You have the speed here this weekend. Just need that track position. There's Cross Kirchmeier at 75. At 33.
Boodle also up in that points fight. I mentioned Kirchmeier having a 41-point lead, excuse me. It's Boodle that's second in the points. Kirchmeier's been tough, but it's a brand new day. Pro Stock Side by Side, presented by Willwood Disc Brakes, is underway here in round 10.
Boy, David Gay with a good start. Just jumping out in front of CJ Greaves. CJ goes really, really wide. Let's see if he can clear him.
CJ trying to go all the way around the outside. Yeah, he ran out of space. Had a good run going, but that tractor tire was sneaking out in front of CJ a little bit. Look at Kirchmeier coming sideways.
Yeah, he was all literally crossed up.
Yeah, a little shove there on Boodle.
Boy, he just butts right up to CJ Greaves instantly there. David Gay with your early lead in that number 9. Fastest part on this racetrack, heading towards a big hellhole down on that body. You got to get hard on those binders and get that car to turn. Oh, another contact.
Yeah, Kirchmeier getting a little bit physical here on lap 1. He wants to be out front. He's going to stay right alongside CJ as they go towards turn 1.
Yeah, he's going to be in the preferred position. He's going to try to slide across the nose. Nice slide job.
Yeah, nice move there by Kirchmeier. Able to slam the door in CJ's face. Now we'll see if Kirchmeier can run down David Gay. Kirchmeier, the only Honda out there in the field here in Pro Stock.
Oh, both these top 2 cars, David Gay and Cross Kirchmeier, just pushing into the entry.
Yeah, I saw Colin Truitt come in all out of shape as well down there in turn 3. I think it's a little bit slimy down there in turn 3, so something to keep an eye on for these next few laps.
Look at Cross just backing it in on entry. As the track's starting to dry out already on that bottom side. There's Truitt. Look at Colin getting that run down on that bottom. He's going to try to seal the deal on Boodle.
Well, that was a beautiful move by Colin Truitt. North Carolina getting the upper hand on South Carolina with Truitt moving up a spot. That was a pass for 4th.
Now Sands is trying to work his way up to the back of Boodle. Boy, it's so slippery down there. We've said it all day long, but it definitely doesn't get any better. And you don't have cars running through that lane either, so it's not going to work its way in as the battle for the lead starts to heat up.
Kirchmeier trying the outside line on David Gay through turn 5. A little bit too tough to make that pass work. So back to the drawing board for Cross Kirchmeier. Kirchmeier looking a little bit lower than Gay through turn 1.
I think that might be there next time around. He's going to keep trying it. He's just got to gain about another car length, so he loses a little ground through the middle.
CJ now starting to creep back into that battle, closing in a little bit on Kirchmeier. Now we're starting to see a nice wide race line get poured into the track.
Got some issues down. They have to wait and see what happened there. They're looking inside the cab.
Kirchmeier again, full head of steam and trying to get back to the bumper of Gay as they come onto the front straightaway.
He's right there. Now this is his opportunity. Watch. We'll see where Cross goes. He's going to try to cross back underneath right here. He tried to find that lane on exit last time. He just didn't have the real estate.
Yeah, Gay knew that move was coming from Kirchmeier, so he was able to take the line away from him.
Boy, CJ Greaves, like you said before, he's staying right in that group.
Yeah,
oh, that's all it takes.
Little contact between those two. I was just about to say, I think CJ is just fine having front row seats to this battle. Let those two duke it out in front of him and he'll capitalize.
He's just taking notes right now. Just seeing where these guys like to commit to. A couple more boulders being kicked up as we go by. Clicking off another lap. Green flag still out that time by.
Yeah, I think we'll see that mid-race competition yellow next time around. See if Kirchmeier can get to the front before we get to halfway. Trying to set up a little further outside than David Gay. CJ now starting to show a wheel a little bit to Cross as they come through turn 2.
David Gay's like backed off just a little bit, just trying to play that protected line. He wants to lead this at the halfway point. Give himself a chance to cool down, take a deep breath. That pressure's for real right now. Cross is all over side by side.
Whoa, they made a little contact here. Really able to stay out of the concrete wall.
be a battle right up until the halfway point.
Gay is going to be able to allow a third of a car length. Just giving him the business throughout that whole first half.
Yeah, he showed everything. I don't know what's left. Cross has been throwing the inside-outside moves at David Gay. There's that 75.
Unbelievable, that battle right down to the wire in that first half. See the interval there, less than 1/10 of a second. Well, we're going to check in with Haley Shanley. What more can you tell us about this group here in Pro Stock Side-by-Side?
Well, this right here, this battle you're watching for the race lead, this is the premier battle, no doubt, but it has been a battle over the last 24 hours for Jeb Boodle because of this Pro Stock Side-by-Side class. So when I went back to the paddock to hopefully speak with Jeb Boodle today, he actually wasn't there. He was taking this car around the paddock just to work things in and make sure they were good to go for racing today. So I was able to get a word with his dad and team when I found out that he's actually pretty sore from yesterday, from that crash he sustained in this class, but not sore enough to where he was laid up. No, he's so hands-on with these vehicles, so they have been busy, hard at work getting this Pro Stock Side-by-Side back together. But I would imagine that might go away once the helmet goes on, the adrenaline kicks in, any soreness he might have felt leading up to that point.
Yeah, thank you very much, Haley. Yeah, Boodle, he's been having an up and down season so far, but he's putting himself in the spot to have a chance at it. But right now, he's got a lot to do. You have Sands that just laid down the fastest lap of the race, so he's not going to be an easy customer to get around. Man, who's your pick, Shane?
I think we're going to see more of that battle that we saw in the first half between Gay and Kirchmeier. Really good launch on that restart by Sands. He might be able to get by Truett on the outside. Truett trying to muscle his way past CJ, though, and CJ's going to run out of room. Had another car going off the racetrack. It might have been Sievers, but really hard to tell who that was.
Yeah, I don't know how you see from fifth on back. It was such a dust storm through there. There's Boodle trying to rotate to that bottom.
Yeah, Colin Truett was able to gain a spot past CJ Greaves, so Truett now in a podium position. See if maybe Colin Truett can threaten Cross Kirchmeier running in that second spot.
Boy, David Gay just opening up that distance there on second. Cross Kirchmeier still within striking distance.
15th and 16th at Bark River International Off-Road Raceway for a 3-day racing spectacular. Live music, a pit party, and more. Don't miss the 50th annual Island Resort and Casino Off-Road Rumble in the UP. Rounds 11 and 12 of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt National Championship. For tickets and more information, visit champoffroad.com.
There's only one real question. How bad do you want it? Every challenge, every setback, their gut checks, testing. The road ahead is rough. No excuses. Built to do it all. Stop.
What's up, you guys? I'm Cole Mamer, and I've been a long-time user of AMSOIL. Before I was sponsored, I even bought the company so much. Some of the favorite things is the brake cleaner, the glass cleaner. I ran AMSOIL racing fluid for probably 10 years now. I've gone through a couple different engine builders, and they all suggest it. We've noticed parts. We're trying to get everything to last a little bit longer, whether it's in the heat or the cold. Whenever we're rolling down the road, whether it's with our 18-wheel or our Pro 4 race trucks, it takes a lot of durability to get everything moving. We're traveling 2,500 miles, and we rely on AMSOIL not only in our 18-wheeler, the Pro 4 race truck that takes an absolute beating all race weekend long, and we need to trust AMSOIL to keep it moving forward.
Pro stock side.
Battles throughout this one. CJ, for you, yourself battling throughout this one. So for you, what was the defining element that allowed you to secure this today?
Just staying consistent. We've been working hard on this Polaris XP1000 and just looking for speed week in and week out and trying to get a little bit better. So every time we've been out there, we've been throwing a different setup at it and been getting a little bit better and a little bit better. And there was laps in there that I felt like I had the speed of the two front guys, and then there was laps that they definitely got away. So they had a great race. Hats off to all the pro stock guys. I mean, we've had a great battle all year, and there's 4 or 5 or 6 guys that can win at any time. So it makes it a lot of fun, and it hasn't always been that way. So hats off to all those guys, all you fans for coming out here on a Sunday when it's warm and sticking it out. Thank you guys. Polaris Razor, Fox Shocks, Monster Energy, Toyota, Viper chairs right here. This is their home track for them guys. Method Race Wheels, everyone else out, my crew, my family, all our friends that come out here. Thank you guys, and we got a couple more today.
1-2 to go for CJ Greaves. What a race from you. You kept him honest throughout this one. I want you to break down for us, if you will, the emotions or thought process, especially of that last lap.
Yeah, for a long time now. I feel like we're good friends with, as most people in this class. So obviously I don't want to do anything dirty to him. He's not going to do anything dirty to me. So it's nice to be able to go into a corner side by side and trust each other. So, even when we're going in, crazy and dive bombs, things like that, trying to make things happen, I know he ain't going to do anything crazy. He knows I'm not going to just clean his clock. So it makes the racing really fun and really enjoyable.
Nicely done this weekend.
Yep. Only I'll say is just I'll be honest. Congratulations.
That is P2 for Pro Stock. David, it's from the celebration we saw, but this one also demanded your best out there. So what else was it demanding of you today?
Yeah, just making sure I didn't blow any corners and let these guys by. These two are arguably the two fastest in the country. I'm just stoked to be up here with them and racing with them. It was a good, clean, fun race today. I just had to hit my marks every lap and just stay clean out there. The track was prime time today, so pretty stoked on that too. Just happy to bring home the win. Happy to just, race with these two guys. I consider them pretty good friends of mine, and it was very fun today. So I'd just like to thank my wife Kenzie, my spotter Neil, Polaris Razor, everyone over at Speedworks, Race Wheels, Hoosier Tire, Fox Shocks, 75 Designs Graphics, Patience Metal Fab, AIM Sports, Freedom Race Lifts, Sandcraft, Cross Motorsports, Rugged Radios, Piper Chiropractic, and everybody else cheer me on. Thank you very much.
David Gay, way to execute today for Wilwood Disc Brakes Pro Stock side by side.
It's time for the t-shirt toss.
To come for these fans as well. Pro Light next up on the schedule. Onward we go through round 10. Don't go anywhere. AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt.
In AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, Pro Light is where finesse meets speed. These mid-size monsters are built for battle. Lightweight, nimble, and dangerously quick. With two-wheel drive, unforgiving tracks, and unpredictable scenarios, drivers dance on the edge of control every lap. Close quarters, high stakes, you'll see class veterans clash with up-and-comers. It's the class where even the best will be tested. Hang on, this is Pro Light.
We are once again racing back in Lena, Wisconsin. The Pro Lights are out on the track. There's 5 trucks, but they put on one heck of a show in round 9. They're going to lead us to the green flag alongside Connor Berry.
Yeah, I think just about every driver except Machosik, who took that win yesterday, faced some level of adversity throughout the race. Funk finished on the podium. He had some kind of intermittent problem. Marcus Catlin, of course, got the first career Pro Light podium. Finished second in that one. Here's your lineup for Pro Light, presented by Combat Clean. Connor Berry and Joey Machosik on the front row. Michael Funk and Marcus Catlin in row 2. And Matt Wood will start 5th. Of course, the big news regarding Pro Light, as you look at the Yokohama Top Qualifier on Yokohama tires, is Joe Machosik. Big news regarding Pro Light for 2027. There had been talk about removing Pro Light from Champ Off-Road. Pro Light is going to stay through 2027. There's ongoing discussion about rule changes to entice some drivers who have been parked to maybe dust off the old Pro Lights and get back out here and race.
Yeah, I hope if anybody's watching back at home, I know there's trucks just laying around out there. We're going to play with some rules in the off season to try to make it more feasible for the Pro Light drivers. And I know Joey Machosik, Connor Berry, they want to see more competition, as well as Michael Funk. You know, Marcus Catlin now getting into the field. Matt Wood, he's got a win in Pro Light. I think our water truck had a little fun out there the last couple minutes before we come back from commercial. You see Connor Berry trying to work its
the last
tires in that dirt.
Yeah, the last time You know, when we saw trucks out there when the Pro 2s were out there, it was a little bit dry, a little bit dusty. Not quite as much horsepower out there with the Pro Lights, but pretty close to it.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to just take it easy the first couple laps, especially through there where Marcus Catlin just drove through. Our pace truck's going to bring them around one more time. Such a cool story. Joey Machosik had engine failure earlier in the year, and the guy sitting right alongside of him on the pole borrowed him an engine. Clinton Barry's like, hey, you know, you can do what you want to do. You know, we'll worry about it after the season. And Joey's like, I don't have no money to move forward. You know, he's like, well, we want to see trucks out there. We want to see Connor do battle with trucks. And they did what they needed to do, made an agreement. Joey came back, threw down some wins.
Yeah, back at ERX Motor Park. That's one of the best races of the weekend, was those two battling it out for that win.
Well, we'll see what goes on here.
Barry was throwing everything he had at Machosik in that race and just couldn't get by him. It'll be fun to watch them wage war again here in round 10.
Well, here we go. Pro Light gonna take the green flag. It's Barry Machosik.
Barry already laying a fender on Machosik, and Barry's going to pay the price for it. A little bit too aggressive there by Connor Barry.
Yeah, it's so hard going across that ice rink, Shane. You have no grip. Couldn't turn that truck. Here comes Michael Funk now on Marcus Catlin.
Trying to hold that inside line. I think Marcus is going to be really conservative. Such a wet, slippery track with the lights. Funk running 1 and 2 now. Go back and take a start. Barry was trying to get clear, but barely didn't clear him. None of that was no fault whatsoever.
No, it didn't have nowhere to go. Boy, just going through that loamy soil in that 51 Yokohama Tires ride.
Yeah, Joey's got bigger fish to fry now than worrying about Connor Barry. He is well out front of Michael Funk. We're going to fly along with Marcus Catlin, still running in that 3rd spot. But Matt Wood starting to close in just a little bit on Catlin.
There's Joey once again, just avoiding all that water down in the bottom. They're actually starting to bring it up there. Wood drove right through it.
Oh, Catlin had the front tires locked up coming into turn 3. It'll take just a little bit for the track to really come in for these trucks. See it get a whole lot faster throughout this race. Look at the rear wheels that time locked up on Catlin's truck.
Yeah, he's just learning this truck as well, right? It takes time. He's putting in the work, went through the gremlins already. It's just great to see him put some healthy laps down.
Yeah, looking at the lap times, Catlin compared to Wood and Barry, right in that same range, so he is starting to figure things out a little bit.
It's Matt Wood in the 36. Back half that truck in the off season. Looking for big things here this year, going into Bark River here in a couple weeks. He loves those fast tracks.
Yeah, Wood is always really quick at Bark River. Comes from Champion, Michigan, not too far away from Bark River. One of you Goopers.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's fast behind the wheel. There goes Catlin going back down into this 180, hard on the binders.
Yeah, locking up the rear brakes again. You don't really want those tires to be locking up though, do you?
No, you really don't. You want the back end to help you turn the truck, but he might have it all to the front, just trying not to spin out, right? Just trying to control the truck a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
Right there, that's going to cost him. Oh, Machosik's off the pace.
Trouble for Joe Machosik. Michael Funk now out front. Joey is going to stay out there at least for the moment, but something definitely gone wrong for the 51. That's going to put Matt Wood up into second. Connor Berry now will go into third.
Michael Funk looking for his second win. That 77, it's early yet, but he's gonna try to stay out front. Wonder if Joey's having some gremlins on that thing again.
Yeah, hard to say. They've had something go wrong just about every weekend, even when it's been running full speed. They've dealt with different issues. Funk now finds himself out front. Still a long way to go in this one. Funk himself had some issues. Had a blown head gasket in practice and wasn't able to qualify. Had to go to the backup motor. Finds himself in position to get his third win here. Funk's throwing that truck around. Man, it looks like Funk might be a little bit off the pace. Something doesn't sound quite right, Brett.
Yeah, I was looking out the window. I was trying to cheat there, and he was definitely off the pace for a second.
I did see Joey Machosik pull into the hot pit. Looks like he is pulled out of the hot pit, but Funk still out front. Oh, there's Machosik. He is all the way parked. It looks like his day is done. So Funk still leading this race, but definitely not up to full speed.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is. It just keeps cutting out.
Well, maybe that issue will sort itself out here as we've reached halfway. Yeah, definitely something wasn't right for 77 of Funk. Matt Wood was able to set the fastest lap of the race, and there goes Funk getting on the throttle a little bit.
Yeah, he's got definitely something going on. He's trying to get rid of that little bobble, that miss.
I think after he came across the line, he might have shut it down and refired it. Might have just been cleaning it out there a little bit. Well, so maybe some drama for our leader, but before we see how the second half unfolds, let's see about this pro light race.
Well, for Connor Berry, who has been leading the points and so strong this year, as well for his crew chief who's filled in for him. That truck has been so strong. The motor that went actually under the competition caution 1 round ago yesterday for Connor Berry. We were able to get a fresh one in today, and it seems to be looking pretty good out there. So we'll see what Connor Berry is going to be able to do in this second half. But he has Michael Funk and Matt Wood to deal with.
Yeah, Haley, I don't know. He might have some more issues with that front hood coming down on the truck. You just hope it stays pinned down. Truck looks like it's been through a war here this afternoon.
Yeah, I think they're all a little bit battle tested at this point. Well, we'll see if Funk has what it takes to stay out front. Like a pretty good launch there by Funk.
Look at the launch. Trying to get an edge on Connor Berry.
Catlin a little bit crossed up down into turn 1. Look at Berry. Got to the side, got to the door, but able to advance no further.
See now maybe sit Michael Funk.
Yeah, everything looks fine at this point. Like I said, I think when they shut that truck down and refired it, I just cleared out the computer. If it was an electrical issue, that might have solved it. For more on Joey Machosik, who we saw off the side of the racetrack, we'll check in once again with Haley. What's going on with Joey?
Joey tells me it's the rear gear. It's leaking all over, not something they're able to remedy here in the mechanics. So, as you know, you called it out. It is a day for Joey Machosik.
Yeah, it's a tough break when the ring pinion goes on the rear end. It just locks up. It takes so much wear and tear. You gotta keep him. Connor Berry trying to apex his turn to get to that wood.
Look at that. The whole front bumper is gone. That's just the frame rails on that truck. So the whole front clip pretty much fell off. You got to figure that that's going to change the way Berry tries to pass, right? You don't want to make any contact without that bumper on there.
Yeah, you don't want to create any damage to the front shocks or anything, and Barry's just struggling. I think the front end might be a little bent up as well.
Yeah, making hard enough contact with the outside wall in turn one on the start is what led to all that falling off the front of his truck.
There's a good look at it, man. That rear suspension really tucked down, really bottoms out on the entry of the hill.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of things exposed there that he can do some damage to if he's not careful. Oh, and maybe more trouble for Funk.
Yeah, I think those gremlins keep on happening for Funk. Now Matt Wood takes the lead.
Well, Funk able to get it refired. Matt Wood out front, like you said. It's got to be an electrical, like an ECU problem. Funk shut it down, refired it, just like that, back up to race pace.
Man, I know the lights, right? Those electronics are just crazy. The coils will get all warm. They'll shut the truck off. You'll be on 6 cylinders before you know it. So I feel it.
So Funk gets shuffled back to third. Connor Berry's flip and front bumper now finds himself in second. Somehow Matt Wood, the only truck on the racetrack to still have a complete set of body panels on that truck.
Yeah, he's right where he wants to be. 2 laps ago, that time by Shane. Cool to see Matt Wood pulling off here in Lena.
He was close back in Antigo earlier this year. Challenging track conditions led to a spin that cost him that win, and that was Majosik's first win. See if Wood can bring this one home for career Pro Light win number 2.
Such a cool shot from above. See how the track is widening out. There's Funk just trying to make it to the end, Shane.
Yeah, Catlin trying to steal a position away from Funk here. Everybody really struggling for grip now. We saw it in Pro 2. Same story in Pro Light. The racetrack really going away now.
Yeah, I promise it's not going to get any better when we put more horsepower on here in a couple races.
Oh, Catlin up on the bike.
And he goes over.
Not much help from that bank corner, dirty side down. So right before the bike, Catlin is left. Tipped over on his side and turn 5. We look back to the front. Barry tried him out one last charge to run down Matt Wood.
Yeah, Barry's just been struggling to turn that truck. He's going to go all the way around and do a donut.
Had no issues turning it around that time through turn 2. Opening up a donut shop down there. Fortunately, Michael Funk not close enough to strike.
Well, look at this. Matt Wood in that 36. Couple turns ago. Safety crew slowing him right down. We got to give up Matt Wood.
Yeah, came through a lot of it for this year. Finally put back on the top step of the podium. Matt Wood, your Pro Light winner here in round 10.
Connor Berry having some more issues.
No.
Funk's going to finish runner-up.
Yeah, Barry limps it across the line and fell just short of second. So Michael Funk, even with all that, what we assume is an electrical problem, still manages to finish second.
As Marcus Catlin still sitting on his side. We're going to take another look at what happened here. Watch Catlin come in on the right-hand side.
Up on the bike, he almost was able to set it back down and just flopped over on him. I don't think he even bent anything on that truck. It should be A-okay, so good news for Catlin. We have to build a couple new bedside hangers before he heads to Bark River. Hard part is now it's going to be tough for them to get back over. They're starting to need a new front bumper and then some.
They're going to have to touch every piece.
Trucks are a little bit tired after that one. Dirt City a little bit challenging for these Pro Lights. Matt Wood is going to celebrate career Pro Light win number 2
from Champion, Michigan.
Yeah, we'll take a break here from Dirt City. Get the story from Matt and the other top finishers in Pro Light right after this. Don't go anywhere. We're AMSOIL Championship Off-Road.
Before the action, before the race, or the stunt, there's always a group of things that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
This isn't about timing or tradition. It's about crafting the right tool to race the middle ground and draft the blueprint for what's next. Overkill, they say? Or is it? ZF Moto. Experience more.
Race teams don't settle, neither should you. The garage just got an upgrade. Wash it, shine it, protect it. A complete detailing suite engineered for the track and built for your driveway. Born from 65 years of motorsports, built by a century of chemical engineering. Track tough, garage ready. The only cleaner that smells like the scent of victory. One product line, two worlds. Who's your daddy? Who's your mama? Visit who'syourtire.com to order today.
What a beautiful day it is here in Lena, Wisconsin for the Dirt City Off-Road National. This is AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt, and we just witnessed the pro white race. We had some carnage in turn one right away.
Yeah, Connor Berry a little bit out of shape there. Then later on, while leading, Joe Machosik off the pace. Trouble with the rear end on that truck, and his day would be done. He was parked off to the side, watching everything else happen around him. And then later on, while leading, Michael Funk having some electrical issues. Able to get the truck refired. He would soldier on. Marcus Catlin late in the race, just before the white flag, a little too hot and heavy. Went for a tumble. He was unable to finish. Everything on Catlin's truck looked to be A-OK. Saw Barry struggling a little bit. Matt Wood able to bring it home for career Pro Light win number 2. And we've got the top 3 down on the podium, and Haley standing by to get the story.
Thank you guys. Connor. Connor, I know you well enough to know that you're always racing for wins, always racing to be competitive, but how much of an emphasis did you put on today in the grand scheme of this season, knowing that you're looking to win this championship?
Yeah, it's obviously been rough. We blew up a day ago, and then we started on first and drove straight into the wall, so it's been rough, but we need to go back and figure all this out.
Well, way to salvage this for today and for this championship. Well done today.
Thank you.
This is Connor Berry, P3 for Pro Light. Michael Funk. Michael, I want to better understand, what was the range of emotions like out there as you're trying to get this truck to the finish and still be able to put forth a great pace?
Yeah, it was definitely frustrating. I mean, just played it safe for the first few laps and just did what I could out there, was feeling out the truck and definitely gaining speed. I was catching Joey there, and then he pulled off, so I was happy about that. And then right after, I think it was right before halfway actually, same thing as yesterday, it starts cutting out. It never died on me, but it was random when it would just start cutting out, and then it would go, and then, yeah, it was frustrating. I was definitely mad for sure, but happy to be able to salvage this. Unfortunately, Connor died there at the end, so I was able to get around him, and definitely happy about that. Definitely a good points day, was leading at halfway, so good for that, and couldn't be happy about that. Can't thank everyone who supports me. I got a ton of friends and family up here this weekend, so happy to put on the podium both days for all of them and make them happy. And can't thank all my sponsors. Ken the tires, those things were hooked up. I was sliding it around out there, making those ATs hook up. It was wet out there at the beginning, but they were hooking up once the track dried out. And that was awesome to have those. And then all my sponsors, D&D Millwork, Corey Oil, Reimer's Painting, and everyone else who supports me. I can't thank them all enough. And let's go to Bark River.
We look forward to it. Cheers to a strong weekend for Michael Funk. And Matt Wood, similar question for you. You're battling for this win. You're in the race lead here. What was the range of emotions like for you managing that race?
I don't know. I kind of got that one handed to me a little bit. Not completely, I guess, because we made it through the whole day. But after yesterday, with getting taken out on like the first lap or something by my mistake, I just over-rotated and got taken out. So it was really nice. I got parts from Johnny Holter, actually. We went to his shop last night, got a cooler and stuff, actually took it out of his old Pro Light last night and then put it in ours. So I got to thank Dalton over there and all the guys at Holter's crew. They really helped us out. And then I just got to thank my whole family, my girlfriend, my crew, all my sponsors, Woody's Auto and Truck Service, Dynamic Motorsports, Auto Ring, my grandma and grandpa, my mom and dad. My son Cruz, he couldn't be here this weekend, but I'm sure he'll be excited to be at Bark River. And yeah, we're just going to get the truck ready and hopefully we can pull off a couple more of these wins.
Home race next time we see him. This is Matt Wood, another Pro Light win.
Thank you very much, Haley, and congratulations to the Pro Light top 3. Matt Wood getting another win. Shane, it's great to see. And what a day it's been. It's beautiful weather out here. 80-plus degrees, that humidity dropped, and we still have a lot more racing yet to come.
Yeah, absolutely, and next up will be Pro Buggy. Just a fantastic group of drivers in this Pro Buggy field as we welcome you back up here into the booth. It's your friends Shane and Brent. I'm looking a little bit off camera here because I got the points pulled up. Cole Bernlohr was able to take over the points lead yesterday in Pro Buggy. Tony Keepers hot on his heels, second in the points. Meister with the bad day yesterday, now kind of back into a bad luck streak after snapping off that win streak. Meister down to third in points. Top 4 are only 19 apart in the points, though. Still a long way to go this season, but this battle is shaping up to be a whopper among these Pro Buggies.
Yeah, it's amazing to watch the Pro Buggy division. They're very, very quick. They're open-wheel cars. There's a lot of travel, and especially on a track like this in Lena, you can't make a lot of contact. You tangle tires, you're going to both end up upside down, and it could cost you the whole day. It's cool to see Zachary Drapkin on the front row. He was struggling in round 9 a little bit.
Yeah, he was kind of stuck in traffic. Big opportunity for him and the new points leader, Cole Bernlohr, who will start on the front, finds himself atop the standings, but that's all subject to change. Pro Buggy round 10 underway here at Dirt City.
Boy, Bernlohr already opened up the door. He tried to get out of line, trying to pick up a spot. Drapkin, Booth up against the K-rail.
Oh, and we had a car almost go all the way around down on the inside. I think that was Jordan Bernlohr. Already plenty of dust out there for these drivers and a long way to go in this one.
Cole Bernlohr now up front to start this race. There's Billy Booth in that 51 Mud Muncher ride.
Man, Drapkin had such a big opportunity starting on the pole, but not the start he wanted as he's already shuffled back to third. Jaden Uribe as well up there into the top 4. It's a good start for Uribe, who was in the 4th row when this thing started.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get through this field. There's Uribe. As Bernlohr maybe missing a shift right there on exit.
Oh, man. Schwabe and Glad been having some issues. Tough weekend for Ryan Schwabe. Back-to-back DNFs for him. As 2 wheels.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hookup on side bite. There's Drapkin bonsaiing through that infield section. Here's the battle for the lead.
Man, these cars are so wide and so planted. It's really unusual to see a Pro Buggy go up on 2 wheels. I'm pretty sure going back to last year, the only track we've seen that happen at is right here in Dirt City.
Oh yeah, it's really tough. There's Billy Booth in that 51 Mud Muncher ride, just working that outside on Bernlohr. showing a lot of speed here early. I love that rotation right there, 3/4 to the turn.
Bernlohr able to hold on for another lap. Cole was the winner in round 2 all the way back in Wheatland. Bernlohr going a little bit wide.
Yeah, he got a little squirrely. Booth trying to put the car right down where he was going. He'll have to wait till the next turn here.
Meanwhile, Uribe starting to dial up the pressure a little bit more on Drapkin. Right to the back bumper of Zach Drapkin as they go through turn 2.
Yeah, Drapkin playing about a line off of our leaders. There's Booth again. He's showing him, he sees him. Bernlohr knows he's there. He can feel him breathing down his back.
Nice job by Cole Bernlohr to just hold on to this lead. Oh, it's Booth.
I think we're in too.
We're about to find out that was a miscalculation by Booth.
At least a flat tire.
Oh, there's definitely a broken tie rod there. You can see it hanging off the front end.
And that's what we're worried about with these tractor tires, what happens.
Oh man, that is heartbreaking for Booth. Billy, I think, is going to try to come into the hot pit, but he can't get the car to turn to even get there. So now this battle between Drapkin and Uribe, that's the battle for second on the racetrack. And look at Jaden Uribe go down to the inside. Not enough of an opportunity. Cole Bernlohr all by himself out front now.
Yeah, Bernlohr just getting some fresh air now in that green car. Flat out flying here this afternoon. Look at that blue groove starting to set in through that sweeper.
Yeah, this track will be really challenging from here on out. Tony Keepers, the Milwaukee Tools ride, starting to creep up on Uribe. And Keepers has got to just be 10 feet tall after finally getting that first win back in round 9 yesterday.
Yeah, it's definitely a big confidence booster. Tony Keepers, he told us he was going to win this year.
Jordan Bernlohr is also trying to join that party. That is 2, 3, 4, and 5 going through the rear section and into turn 2. And Uribe got up on the bicycle a little bit.
Yeah, it's a struggle. Those ruts just keep on getting deeper and deeper. Look at Drapkin trying to get those tires to hook up. Maybe he's set up for the dry blue groove. He drove right through the middle. Just bummer deal for Billy. He's parked right in front of us, Shane. He pulled off.
Yeah, just terrible luck for Billy Booth. 6 minutes left on the clock here for Pro Buggy. Drapkin with a little bit of space now between himself and Uribe.
They're all running about the same lap times in the top 4 or 5.
Oh, not just that. I mean, I'm looking all the way down to Meister and 8th, pretty much running the same laps as one another.
Drapkin still maintaining that spot. There's Jordan Bernlohr trying to get back in the mix. His brother is just checked out on the field right now.
Yeah, I was trying to get a sense of the interval from Cole Bernlohr back to Zach Drapkin. I think they actually might be reeling in Cole just a little bit. But the red and yellows are out, so it's not going to matter anyways. Cole Bernlohr, your leader at halfway. Drapkin, Uribe, Keepers, Jordan Bernlohr all in the top 5.
Yeah, Cole Bernlohr really showing the way around here. I don't know if Zachary Drapkin can run that pace. Nothing against Zachary, but man, that 34 is really showing a lot of speed. Car is well put together. He said it, when you're in Lena, Wisconsin, you want to be out front no matter what. You don't have to deal with any drama.
Well, we saw Tony Keepers get his first career pro win yesterday. Haley, what else can you tell us about Samurai Tony?
it really impacted that win, of course. I asked him, does that change things? Can we change the conversation yet? Because coming into this race, this round 10, he sits only 7 points back from that points lead of Cole Bernlohr, of course. And he says no, because at this point it hasn't yet sank in yet. Things change so quickly in this pro buggy class because the difference between going from 4th place in the points, which where he was before the last round yesterday, jumping up 2 positions in one race, that's how quickly it changes. So they're still focused on race by race. That's how they're taking things. No big changes for today, no surprise there. Just the rod ends. When the surface gets rough, those take a beating. So for Tony Keepers, just taking things race by race, but a huge vote of confidence, of course, after that first win.
Yeah, I bet, Haley. It's got to be so gratifying just getting that first win out of the way. He's just going to focus. I feel he's got another one up his sleeve. Might not be today, but the rest of the season, there's still a lot of racing to go as we take the green flag.
Yeah, the way Pro Buggy has played out throughout this season, it's just all about finding that consistency. That's what Cole Bernlohr has done, and that's why he has the points lead as Drapkin got all out of shape into turn 1. That just about got dicey for a bunch of drivers, and look who really benefited, Jaden Lemke.
Wow, nice drive.
Yeah, Lemke alongside Keepers, and it looks like Jaden Lemke might slide into 3rd here. What a great restart by Lemke.
Yeah, he caught a couple cars sleeping as Keepers now trying to work down to that inside. Lemke's gonna have more grip on that outside. He's gonna take that spot back.
Man, this would be huge for Lemke. Lives just a few miles from here in Sobieski, Wisconsin. Other driver that's gone through a lot of adversity this year. Lost a motor earlier in the season. Look at the lead that Bernlohr has built back up over Drapkin.
Boy, that didn't take very long, Shane. That clean air is just so amazing out here in Dirt City. To find the best spot around this track. There's Keepers keeping himself in striking distance.
Oh, Jordan Bernlohr into the hot pit. You can see all hands on deck down there. There's actually a bunch of Tony Keepers guys that were tending to Jordan's car. It looks like he's getting a fresh tire. One of those driver's side tires went down on Jordan Bernlohr's car, probably because of that contact on the restart.
Yeah, we've seen pit lane here this afternoon as, Keepers. I don't know what happened. He's going through that sweeper.
Yeah, Uribe was off the pace as well, so that's a big shakeup. Meister able to get a couple spots, but Meister has a flat left front tire. We'll reset the order for you once again. It's still Cole Bernlohr, Zachary Drapkin, Jaden Lemke in the top 3. Meister able to get up to 4th, but like I said, Meister has a flat left front tire, and that thing is about to completely disintegrate on him.
Yeah, this is where it's going to really hurt him here.
Yeah, he's about to have a really bad time in this right-hander. He's going to try to stay down to the bottom. He actually did a really nice job there.
Uribe's like, man, you got 3 tires, get out of the way.
Well, the weight balance on these cars really doesn't put a whole lot of abuse on your front tires, especially when you're just driving straight down the racetrack. You're not able to keep the pace there with the Uribe.
Yeah, he's just going to struggle in the turns. He can stay with him on these long straightaways. Right here isn't going to be so bad on this left-hander, but he's going to go around.
Oh, man. It's another parking lot. Look at Steiny able to pick his way through. That means the top 3 have a bunch of real estate between them and everybody else. He's on the 4th spot. And now Steiny up in the top 5.
Yeah, Mottinger now in the top 6.
How about the rookie Ryan Mottinger mixing it up mid-pack? Once again, we're going to go back down to Haley with trackside.
A detail I intentionally left out about Tony Keepers is that his goal this season was to round out a solid weekend altogether. He's been strong on Saturdays and has really struggled on Sundays for really no reason at all. They can't pinpoint it to one thing. So Tony Keepers going to revisit that goal at the next race in Bark River. So my efforts to avoid him with my announcer's curse were in vain.
Yeah, even just the implication was too much, Haley, and the curse still struck all the same as we go back to the front. Cole Bernlohr all out of shape, and here comes Zach Drapkin trying to mount a charge.
Yeah, Zachary didn't look to be the fastest car on the track, but he just keeps on moving forward. Just waiting for that little mistake, and he's starting to show some more speed now, Shane.
Yeah, and look who else is part of that battle. Jaden Lemke is just a couple car lengths back of Zach Drapkin as they go into turn 2. What a day this could be for Lemke if he could maybe move up another spot here.
Cole Bernlohr is still holding on to the top position so far with less than 2 laps to go this time by. Look at that blue groove.
Oh man, it is treacherous out there on the racetrack. Here goes Drapkin taking a peek to the outside. That's going to open the door for Lemke. Not enough room for anybody to make a move.
That Redline Oil Pro Buggy is trying to put something together. The white flag's out. Around here in Dirt City.
Oh, and Drapkin again right across the blue groove. Bounces off turn 1.
It might have helped him a little bit there.
See if he can put a run together. Lemke falls off a little bit there through the rhythm section, but closing back in as they go into turn 2.
Look at Lemke. He is just driving the wheels off that car. Great podium finish. He's trying to go for one more.
Looking at the inside. He found some really nice grip there trying to get past Drapkin.
Boy, what a drive for Jaden Lemke.
Yeah, that was brilliant out of Lemke to run that inside line. Bernlohr now all by himself out front. Drapkin back to the inside on Jaden Lemke.
He's
trying to cross him up. That battle comes right down to the wire, but Cole Bernlohr, his second win here in 2026. And Cole Bernlohr extends his points lead, more importantly, here in Pro Buggy.
Wow.
Drapkin and Lemke second and third after a very hard-fought battle between those two.
That's some good Pro Buggy racing out here at this little bullring track.
Yeah, just about as good as it gets, my friend.
Good for Jaden.
Drapkin and Cole Bernlohr giving each other a thumbs up. Pro Buggy is always just a little bit more fun when Drapkin shows up, though.
Oh, it always is. You want the best in the business to be out here, and I feel we have that here.
Well, keepers after that adversity that we saw from him, still able to salvage a 6th place finish, keeping it close in the points. Jordan Bernlohr, Michael Meister, both outside of the top 10. Let's go back and take a look at the series of events on that final lap. Lemke, the really nice line, crept down through the bottom in turn 3, but Drapkin able to mount a charge into turn 5, just beat him to the spot. I don't think those drivers made any contact with one another. It's good, clean Pro Buggy racing. Drapkin able to hold on for the runner-up spot. It's going to be fun to talk to these three in just a few moments. We'll see what they have to say about a great race from the Pro Buggies. Plenty more to come here from Lena. Don't go anywhere.
Every race is a test of performance. When the stakes are high, racers rely on products. If AMSOIL products are engineered for this kind of punishment, you can trust them in your garage. Shop by vehicle to find everything you need for your ride. Get the protection you demand and performance you deserve with fast, free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt, there's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
This isn't about timing or tradition. It's about crafting the right tool to erase the middle ground and draft the blueprint for what's next. Or is it? ZF Moto. Experience more.
Dirt City Off-Road National, we're glad to have you with us. Points lead yesterday and extends it here in round 10. Haley, I see 3 extremely happy dudes down there on the podium. You getting the same vibe?
I am getting the same vibe. Lots of happy fans down here too. Jaden Lemke. Jaden, I want to know what's going through your mind after a great race like that. A great race and a strong finish.
It's been a long time coming. I mean, we've been at this for 4 years now. The past 3 years have been nothing but bad luck. Blowing up motors, transmissions. I mean, even today, right before the race, it was I broke a shock, or piece on the shock. I had to pull apart the shock and replace it. And it's just been a lot of hard work put into it, and it's nice to see that pays off. So I gotta thank my team, Peter and Steve and my dad. We put a lot of hours into this car, and it's awesome to finally shows. So I gotta thank my fiance Maddie, everyone else, all my sponsors, Complete Auto Body, the Village companies. There's so many. I wasn't quite prepared for this, but everyone else that helps me, Castle X, Creative Sign, all of them. So thank you.
Congratulations, Jaden Lemke. Hard work pays off. Zach Drapkin, always bringing the fight. Man, I just want to know, how hard were you having to push on that final lap especially?
The final lap was a good one. I didn't realize Jaden was on the inside of me, and the moment he got there, I was like, oh, I got to turn it up. So we found next level and just put the foot to the floor that entire last lap, because I knew I wanted to stay with Cole just in case of mistake, but he was mistakeless that whole race. So it was a great battle, and I was just super stoked to be on the podium here at Dirt City. Yesterday we got a 4th, today was a 2nd. We'll take it home and be happy with this. So, but I want to give a big shout out to all my sponsors that helped me. Redline Oil, Signature Propellers, Winter Motorsports Group, Sign Pros, Competitive Edge, Race Glass, Juniper Powder Media, Skydive Elsinore, Maxxis Tires had us hooked up today. I was stoked to be on board with them. Cole Dabler for spotting for me. So I'm just stoked. Shout out to Dave and April Winter for realistically always making sure we're at the track and being my race.
Congratulations again. It's great to see you here. That is Zach Drapkin. Cole Moore. Wow, points lead. This has been a fantastic and important weekend for you. Is this starting to at all feel like best season yet?
Oh yeah, definitely my best season so far. If you would have told me yesterday I was the points leader, I was like, I felt like I was dreaming. I was like, never did I think that I would be the points leader. And today we backed it up, baby. Yeah, I mean, a lot of fast guys right around me. I got Meister, I got everybody right near us in points. And luckily to put on top and go into Bark River with some momentum. So that's great.
Sorry, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I want to give it up to my family, my wife, my kids, my trophy girl right here, and then Jay Speck, my spotter, Luke. We had some radio problems right before the race, and luckily we were able to swap it out like within a minute of the start. So anyways, thank you all my sponsors, Pro Car Doors, Quality Contour, Hankook. Thank you guys.
Congratulations. He will remain in command of the points lead. That is Cole Burnmore. And I see his brother Jordan made it down here with a smile on his face to celebrate. This has been Pro Buggy.
Man, it's been super fun to watch Pro Buggy. That's
Nick, and I'm right here from Lena, Wisconsin.
Mike, and from Lena here too.
All right, we got a couple locals, Nick and Mike. Your goal here, you got 5 lug nuts in front of each of you. Whoever can stack them up the fastest is gonna win. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right, you're gonna stack them on my go. On your marks, get set, go. Varying strategies here. We're off to a quick start. Already each at 3. This is gonna be a close race. 4 apiece and back down to nothing. Slow and steady does it. We've got accusations of table shaking going on here. The wind's playing a factor. Oh boy. The last one. Very carefully. Steady. I say we got 5. We got a winner. Excellent job. First time we've had all 5 get stacked. Both our contestants are going to go home with a set of heat wave shades. Thank you guys for playing. Enjoy the rest of your day.
not quite as close as the lug nut stack that we had out at ERX Motor Park, but still a good battle all the same. Nice to see you come from behind victory there. You got to stay in the fight. That's what you learn in off-road racing. We'll see who's able to come out on top of this next fight. AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side next up at the Dirt City Off-Road National.
My name is Lux and I love Champ Off-Road.
Did you have fun? Yeah. Good job.
Hey, pleasure to meet you. Thanks for coming in. Nice job with the flag, too. Quite impressive.
Do you want to be first place, second place, or third place?
First place.
Third. Well, get on up there, sister. Put your head down. There you go.
So what's it been like so far? I saw you in the flag stand. I heard you were doing some quality control in the TV truck, and now this. Are you tired yet from all this heavy lifting?
No.
No? Well, I hear they're gonna put you to more. Are you ready to keep seeing behind the scenes? Yeah, you're doing such a good job. Do you have a favorite racer?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Keegan Kincaid.
Oh, Keegan Kincaid. Who doesn't love Keegan Kincaid? He's a great racer. I think he'll be up on this podium tomorrow. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'll put it on. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice job. Dude, look at your work. Such a good job. See that right there? You getting all the champagne, the trophies and medals out? That's one of the most important parts of the celebration. Nice job. Thanks for your help.
50 years of speed, tradition, and unforgettable moments. Now, one of the most iconic weekends returns. Join us August 14th, 15th, and 16th at Bark River International Off-Road Raceway for a 3-day racing spectacular. Live music, a pit party, and more. Don't miss the 50th annual Island Resort and Casino Off-Road Rumble in the UP. Rounds 11 and 12 of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt National Championship. For tickets and more information, visit champoffroad.com.
This is AMSOIL Championship Off-Road Gear. From premium hats and hoodies to must-have tees, we've got the gear that keeps you looking fresh, both on and off the track. Get yours now at shop.isocracing.com. Rep the lifestyle, live the legacy, own the dirt.
There's only one question. How bad do you want it? Every challenge, every setback. They're gut checks. testing your will. The road ahead is rough. No excuses. Built to do it all.
This is the pinnacle of side-by-side racing. AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side brings the heat with top-tier talent, factory-backed machines, and unbridled action at every corner. Designed by leading engineers, turbocharged, ready to launch. These compact rockets explode off the line and never let up. The rivalries are real, the stakes are high, and the racing absolutely electric. Every brand wants the win, and every driver is ready to claim it.
The pinnacle of performance in UTV racing. This is AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side. This class just dripping with talent. Saw some fresh faces up on the podium yesterday. As we look at the lineup for Pro Side-by-Side, Colton Krajcek, the winner in round 9, gets the start on the pole. He'll be alongside the points leader, Jeb Boodle. Cash LaCroix, fresh off a runner-up finish, will start third. Brody Sands will start fourth. Nathan Wolf and Luke Stubbs in row 3. Row 4 is CJ Greaves and Brandon Groh. Colin Truitt and Leland Tice will be in the 5th row. And row 6 will be Eric Schwartz and Ariel Byarski. Like I mentioned, Jeb Boodle, points leader, 45-point lead over Nathan Wolf and the rest of the AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side field. And Boodle also your Yokohama top qualifier here for round 10.
Yeah, this class is so much fun to watch. There's Jeb Boodle. He's just so fast. No matter any time he gets behind the wheel of this car, they're going to be 2x2 to take the green flag. Come before the storm, the big boys of side-by-side.
Well, Krajcek was too tough to tame for everybody else. He is going to get beaten to the punch here by Jeb Boodle. Just like that, the points leader out front here in round 10. Look at LaCroix diving down to the bottom, trying to get past. Move by Cash LaCroix.
Yeah, he didn't waste any time, just picked up that spot here early. And you don't want to eat all that roost. See, there's a nice dry line right through the middle. Definitely start to pick up.
Yeah, these cars run so much power. They can run anywhere they want to, so when the preferred line starts to go away, we'll see them start to really surge.
Yeah, on a track like Lena, though, I mean, you're here at lap times just almost the same as a Pro 2 or a Pro 4. Power to weight ratio is just over the top. Look at Boodle, how long.
Yeah, you want to be as smooth as possible in turn 1. One continuous arc is the way to turn 1, and that's exactly what Boodle just did. LaCroix trying to reel in Krajcek, but LaCroix a little mistake there in turn 2. We've got a few cars in some trouble there as Leland Tice, some damage on the left side of that car, and Brandon Groh was also involved, I believe. Groh facing the wrong direction for a moment on the racetrack.
That was some heavy damage. We'll have to take a look at and see what happened.
Oh my goodness.
Big time rollover you see at the top of our screen.
Yeah, about 5, 6, 7 times that he rolled over. Safety crews are going to be quick to respond there and make sure Leland is all right.
We're going to take another look at this, Shane.
Yeah,
watch
at the top of the
your screen. Yeah.
We caught maybe half of it. The half we saw was 3 rollovers, so. You got to figure at least 5 that he went up and over, and red flag is going to come out, so everybody's going to come to a stop on the racetrack.
Yeah, he's definitely got his bell rung a little bit. That's a high-speed section.
Yeah, Brandon Groh was involved as well, although Groh kept it dirty side down, and I believe Brandon did continue on racing, so bring everybody to a stop here. Also see Luke Stubbs down there in the hot pit. So early trouble for the 88. Unfortunately for Stubbs, he can't do any work under a red flag, so he was already in there under a yellow. They were just about to start working on it. Now they've got to hang out and wait for the red flag to come down. See the safety team talking to Leland down there. Leland's got the helmet off inside the car. Red flag here in AMSOIL Pro side by side. Safety crews checking on Leland Tice. We'll take a quick break. Plenty more to come after this. Stay with us.
Every race is a test of performance. When the stakes are high, racers rely on proven products. If AMSOIL products are engineered for this kind of punishment, you can trust them in your garage. Shop by vehicle to find everything you need for your ride. Get the protection you demand and performance you deserve with fast, free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt, there's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
This isn't about timing or tradition. It's about crafting the right tool to erase the middle ground and draft the blueprint for what's next. Overkill, they say? Or is it? ZF Moto. Experience more.
Should you? The garage just got it. Shine it. Protect it. A complete detailing suite engineered for the track and built for your driveway. Born from 65 years of motorsports. Built by a century of chemical engineering. Track tough. Garage ready. The only cleaner that smells like the scent of victory. One product line, two worlds. Who's your daddy? Who's your mama? Visit who'syourtire.com today.
Leading laps yesterday for Pro Brody Sands. Brody, this is just your first year, but we love to see you running up front. Looks like you're really getting your footing in Champ Off-Road. So aside from the outcome of yesterday's Pro Stock race, what are the good takeaways you're taking from it?
Really the good takeaways from that is having a fast car. I mean, the car was reliable all race. Like, it just hit every mark perfectly, and it was doing what I wanted it to do finally. So beginning of the year, we started off strong, and then, you know, the last couple rounds haven't really been what I wanted. And yesterday, like, I finally got the confidence back in that car.
Well, we welcome you back here to Dirt City Motorplex. There is Leland Tice.
Yeah, you saw him give a wave to the crowd. He looks to be relatively all right. That race car, not so much.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this once again as he's already going through his rolls, like
yeah,
you said.
that was several rolls into the affair. We caught the last two from that camera angle, but I think there was probably 3 or 4, if not more, leading up to that point.
See his window now coming down as well.
Car is not in great shape. Tell you, nobody knows more of this class than Leland and their team just to keep everything going. We're going to get back to it. Yellow flag is now back out. That's good news for the car we had talked about. Tubbs. They're going to put a new tire on the number 88 for Tubbs. And it looks like Nate's going to need a tire as well for the number 71. The red flag, even if you're already in the hot pit, when the red flag comes out, as we look at Stubbs, I was talking about this before with Stubbs. He was in the hot pit before the red flag came out, but when that red flag comes out, you can't work anymore. You have to stop. So they were all just kind of standing around waiting for it to go back to yellow, and now we see Wolf pull in. See how fast they can get that front tire changed on the number 71 for Wolf.
See Noah Saunders down there helping out. A lot of these guys are going from car to car down there throughout the weekend, just giving a helping hand.
Yeah, you know who else is down there? That's Terry Hill helping get the tire on, and Carson Hill is down there as well, putting the cone in front of Nathan's line of sight to let him know it's not time to leave yet. Bruce Davidson down there running the jack.
Boy, sometimes it's just a struggle to get the lug nuts back on. As we're about ready.
Oh, it's going to be close for Nathan if he can stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, he needs to get out now. Yeah, it's too late.
Oh, he's just going to miss staying on the lead lap as we're back underway. Boodle, Krajcek, and everybody else going to lead the field down through turn 1.
Wow, already Boodle just stretching out that gap. 5-6 car lengths. Krajcek just going down to that bottom. Man, that dust starting to form more and more each and every lap.
Yeah, that red flag gave the track an opportunity to get a little bit dry, like we talked about the temperatures creeping up into the 80s. Moisture was driven out of the track a little bit more than what we were anticipating with that red flag, so it's going to be something else these drivers have to deal with. Look at that 5, man, just dry slick down on the inside and the big loamy dirt berm.
Yeah, it's got to be 2-3 feet deep down there. It's hard to see from up here in the booth, but it definitely causing some havoc for some of our drivers as CJ Greaves trying to work his way up to 4th. That's Sands in the number 7.
Yeah, Brody had a really nice run in round 9 yesterday. Top 5 finish. Trying to keep CJ Greaves behind him, though. That's no easy beat. Goes right to the back bumper of LaCroix, and that's why LaCroix has a flat right rear tire. So
Cash is all done here. He's going to have to make it.
Yeah, big trouble for LaCroix. That'll move Sands up to the spot. CJ still breathing down his 5. Onto the front straightaway. 6.5 minutes left here in AMSOIL Pro side-by-side. Sands, his first full year racing in Champ Off-Road. Trying to battle with the 10-time Pro 4 champ and 22-time Off-Road National Champion CJ Greaves.
Look at CJ go all the way around on the outside. They're going to be drag racing to this next turn. See CJ open it up a little bit more. He's going to use him as a berm.
Yeah, barely any contact there, but just enough to move Sands out of the way. It's a veteran move there by CJ.
There's CJ jumping in the hellhole once again. Jeff Boodle still laying down the fast laps, a 55.407 so far.
Yeah, Boodle really not feeling any pressure right now from Krajcek, who is still running in second. There you see those two in the background. Greaves now settled into third.
There's Jeff Boodle once again. He's putting it up on 3 wheels, driving right through the middle. That corner's staying together a little bit better this race.
Yeah, turn 2 looks really good. Just about everywhere else, though, we're starting to see a lot of blue grooves, some holes, some ruts.
Yeah, this is off-road racing, Shane.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get another good look at turn 5 here in just a moment to see just how it is down there. Down on the inside, it's hard packed, really dry slicked, and then you go a little bit too far outside and you've got probably 12, 16 inches of just loose, loamy soil. So we have come to the halfway point here at AMSOIL Pro side by side.
Man, it's got to feel like forever for these drivers sitting there on that red flag.
Jeb Boodle right where he's here halfway. Bonus points as he's trying to stay firmly in control of the points championship. Nathan Wolf not having the day he wanted, the lap down after having to come into the hot pit. Wolf is back into the hot pit once again here at halfway.
Yeah, they're looking inside the cab. There's something else going on.
That should put CJ in position to take over second in the points, but Boodle has been dominant this season in Pro side-by-side. Before we see the conclusion of this one here in Pro side-by-side,
Well, Brody Sands, I like this story. He's dove into full-time racing with AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. Of course, racing as well in other series, but not quite to the commitment and expansive schedule that he is this season in not one, but two classes. He told me this morning that up until this point, he's only raced stock side-by-side. So this AMSOIL Pro side-by-side is a new endeavor for him, of course. He said the unlock to yesterday's performance in round 9, it was a mechanical breakthrough. So a couple podiums this year for Brody Sands, and he's looking to build on that.
Yeah, and that's what you have to do. You have to take any little piece of that puzzle and move forward. Just click it off as you go, as we see company down in the pits again. That is Wolf.
Yeah,
going
second
through
time.
another left rear.
Second time he's been down in the hot pit. Yeah, to go back to Brody Sands, though, I mean, you look where he is on the racetrack. He's between CJ Greaves and Colin Truitt. That's the caliber of driver that Sands is proving that he is as well.
Yeah, just to run in that group time and time again gives you a lot to talk about going back home in between rounds, making the car that much quicker. Look at CJ bonsaiing through there.
CJ trying to get to the bottom to get past Krajcek. Colton just a little bit too quick through turn 2. CJ has to fall back in line. Oh, Krajcek hooked one of those ruts a little bit crossed up.
Yeah, you can't do that with CJ behind you. He gathered it up a little bit better that straightaway. It's going to play a factor the rest of this race. You know that. They're just going to keep developing these big holes. You got to try to straddle them. You see they do that through that turn. Boodle still holding on, just barely kissing that K-rail.
Boodle was able to gain about another half a second over Krajcek, and now Greaves starting to reel in Krajcek as they go into the interior section of the course through the rhythm section. Greaves again trying that bottom side. A little bit too much blue groove down there, and Greaves not able to get the forward bite.
Yeah, it's really a struggle here as CJ, he'll try everything. He's one to search each and every lap.
Krajcek again getting a little bit sideways. This track is really starting to get blue grooved up.
Yeah, Krajcek just goes right through in that 53, right through the middle of that turn. Clicking off another lap. Green flag still out that time by 2.5 minutes. Less than 2.5 minutes to go.
Here comes Greaves now trying to put a charge together. He's going to go back to the bottom once again. That time, Krajcek able to steal the line away before CJ could get to it. I wonder if CJ's trying to set something up there. He's trying to bring Colton just a little bit further inside lap after lap and then open up the top side through turn 2.
Yeah, he'll force one and go on another, and he's just going to keep working it. He tried something different coming into this sweeper, so we'll see what he can do right here in the hellhole. He breaks a little bit earlier. It's a lot of give and take when the track goes away. How do you hunt down Jeb Boodle right now? CJ with the fastest lap on the day, but how hard is Boodle really pushing it?
Yeah, I'm sure Boodle has a little bit proverbial extra gear if he needs it. So here goes CJ once again. Is he going to try the top all the way around?
I think you're
yes,
right.
He is. That's the move I thought he was going to try to set up, but Krejcik didn't fall for it. So back to the drawing board for CJ.
He's just dancing around. He's looking for that opportunity. He's going to try to do a slide job and makes it work.
Well, that just shows you that CJ can even think one step ahead of yours truly. I didn't see him setting up a move in turn 3. Had me fooled. I thought he was making the move in turn 2 all along.
Well, he's been driving a little longer than you, Shane.
Made it look easy getting by Krejcik. Boodle, meanwhile, having to deal with a little bit of lap traffic. That's going to cost him a little bit of track space. Not something you see very often in pro side-by-side.
Yeah, Jeb, he got lucky there. That could have been catastrophic for him out front. CJ Greaves now putting the pressure on. If you look at the left of our screen, the time clock has hit 0.
Well, what does CJ have left? It took him a long time to get past Krejcik.
Well, he found that line right there.
That was a really nice drive there by CJ. He's going for it right now, trying to stay alongside Boodle.
Oh, he's going to have to wait. He buttons right up behind Boodle this time by. The white flag will be coming out this time by again. Lena, get on your feet. Can CJ Greaves hunt him down?
This final lap's got to feel like an eternity if you're Jeb Boodle.
Wow, just sliding right to the outside.
I was going to say both of them driving right across the blue groove. We'll see. CJ's been really strong in turn 3. He'll try to drive a little bit deeper than Jeb into turn 2. Again, both drivers right across the blue groove. Here's where CJ's been really good. Right in across the bottom. He's the only one driving that line. Boodle's left the door open for him.
Yeah, he worked that line for the last 4 laps.
Was it enough? Boodle a little bit crossed up.
They make contact again. Greaves to the lead.
Boodle almost into the wall, able to stay just clean enough. But CJ on the final lap takes over the lead, and he is going to take the win here at AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side.
Man, he just gave him a little love tap, pushed him out of the race line, but you got to go back and watch as CJ Greaves takes that checkered flag. When he came out of that final turn, he found that inside. There was about a car width of grip there, and if anyone's going to find it, it'll be CJ.
That's exactly what it came down to. Here is what it looked like as they came into turn 3. That's that inside line you were talking about. Really, nobody else had found that throughout the entire race. And then Jeb landed and got a little bit crossed up here.
Yeah, his back end got kicked out a little bit, just enough. Then they touched tires, and it was all CJ Greaves on this final turn, getting it done in the 33.
Yeah, nothing Jeb could do. Well, that's racing against CJ sometimes. He was just relentless throughout that race. Great weekend for Krejcik. First yesterday, a third today. Brody Sands moves up another spot as well, finishing 4th. And Colin Truitt will round out your top 5. Boodle still firmly in control of the points here in AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side. We'll talk to the top 3 in just a few moments. And then nothing left but truck racing here at the Dirt City Off-Road National. Don't go anywhere.
"50 years of speed, tradition, and unforgettable moments. Now, one of off-road racing's most iconic weekends returns. Join us August 14th, 15th, and 16th at Bark River International Off-Road Raceway for a 3-day racing spectacular. Live music, a pit party, and more. Don't miss the 50th annual Island Resort and Casino Off-Road Rumble in the UP. Rounds 11 and 12 of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt National Championship. For tickets and more information, visit champoffroad.com.
Check. Colton, you're rounding out a weekend that is ideal for almost anyone in any division. So what's it mean to you and the team to bring this success this weekend back to Iowa?
Oh, this is awesome. You know, our team, they've worked really hard, and just finally being able to put it up on the box and show that we're a part of this and we're here to run with the big guys feels really good. So I'm happy for it. Happy for both of the other two guys. Full Polaris group up on the box. It's awesome for sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to give a big shout out to my whole team, Bikeman Performance, Polaris Razor, Fox, Double E Racing, Powers Motorsports, Professional Mechanical Services, all my guys back at home, Vermeer of Iowa, just everybody that's back at home. I really appreciate it, and everybody that's here, thank you for coming.
That's Colton Krajicek, P3 for AMSOIL Pro Side by Side. Jeb Boodle, okay, this race from you, what do you have to say for yourself for such an electrifying battle and race you put forth today?
Yeah, we definitely had a good battle. The whole race, Krajicek and CJ all over me. Just first time in a while that I was struggling in that car. The setup wasn't just how I liked it, and but it was a good race. The end goal was the championship, so to be able to bring this car in one piece and able to run for Bark River, that's a win right there. So that's my main goal, and also CJ is faster, so he deserved it. Great battle between these guys. I just struggled, so that's all it is. But I just want to thank everybody that helps me get up here. Polaris Razor, Maxxis Tire, Impact Racing Gear, Fox Shocks, Durham Town Off-Road Park, Fudge 21 Fuel Additives, Freedom Race Lifts, iBox Springs, Vision Wheel, my parents, my mom, my dad, all the family, friends back at home, Jason, Eli, and Brody in the pits, just everybody. Thank you.
If a struggle day is a P2, that speaks to the level that he is at. Jeb Boodle, a great run. CJ, this race was relentless. As this race went on, you seemed to get better and better. So what was it you were finding?
Oh, you know, we've been working a lot on setup, just trying to figure out how to make a little bit more grip than these guys and get my car to turn and stick where they couldn't stick. So I knew we were going to have a lot of work for us. A couple of them cautions helped us out. A couple guys got flats, which helped. We came from the fourth row today, so we knew we had just to never give up attitude. Halfway, we had the hot lap by almost a second, a little bit more, so it was just going to be a matter of people and finding that one good spot to pass. And for me, I guess it ended up being the left-hander off camber there. These guys both were just running the wider line, the cushion line, and I was able to find down there that I could slide into, and when I felt it hook, I would just drive off, and it was worth 3-4 car lengths every time. So just really my crew, Polaris Razor, once again, a Pro R sweep. So it seems to be the platform to be on here in the Pro Side-by-Side class, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So thank you, all my crew, the man above for keeping us safe, my family, all you fans for being out here, Polaris Razor, Toyo Tires, Method Wheels, Fox Shocks, Impact Safety, Viper Chairs, just all of our crew. Terry from Gilliman, he's been helping me out, get some things sorted out here, just everybody race driven. We really appreciate it, and one more yet today.
CJ, so precise on the track. It's always fun to watch. This has been AMSOIL Pro Side by Side.
Thanks, Haley. We're just down to 2 truck races left on the pro schedule here in round 10, and that means it's time to crown our Brunt fastest lap winner among the UTV classes. It was CJ, no surprise, laying down the heater there in AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side. 54.814 was his fastest lap of the race just a few moments ago.
Yeah, very, very quick run for CJ Greaves, and he definitely found the fast line.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We'll see if he's able to top that a little bit later on in Pro 4, but first, we've got Pro Spec coming up next. We know that's going to be a good one here at Jersey. Don't go anywhere.
So the owner of JB Steel Erectors, which is the installer in the field, and I'm the owner of Jimmy Henderson Motorsports, which runs a Pro 4 Champ Off-Road team. So what led me to consider AMSOIL for commercial business was the performance on the track. Like I said, we were having issues with motors expiring too early and gears wearing out, and we found AMSOIL, and it corrected those issues. And just got to thinking, you know, we're having issues with weld machines, we're having issues with forklifts, and just not getting the mileage out of them, and the motors are having to be rebuilt before expected. So we were trying to figure out, how do we keep our maintenance costs down, and how do we keep our equipment costs down? And AMSOIL's helped us do that.
Oh, hi. Sorry. Pardon me. Just trying to win a pair of boots. Maybe not this boot. It's not quite my size. But you know what boots are your size? Are the boots that you could win. Because every day of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt, we're giving away a pair of Brunt boots. Here's how you do it. You're at the event. You stop over by the giant Brunt workwear boot. You take a selfie. You slap it on Instagram using the hashtag BruntOffroad. That enters you for a chance to win a pair of Brunt boots each weekend. And if you don't win, don't worry about it, because in fact you can use this promo code on your screen for $10 off your first purchase of $60 or more at bruntworkwear.com.
Coming this weekend really quick, looking to continue the streak, sweeping the weekend at Rex Motor Park. That was his consecutive win.
Yeah, had some bad luck yesterday, unfortunately.
There's Chris.
But Van Elsen's efforts yesterday were just enough to put him in the points lead. He's got a 7-point margin over Nick Visser. Another 10 back, Avery Hemmer sits in third, but it's tight among the top 3 in points in Pro Spec.
Well, here we go, Shane. Avery Hemmer, Jackson Schimmick gonna lead us to the green flag. Here we go, round 10.
Schimmick able to gain the upper hand, and oh no, Nick Visser in big trouble. Visser all the way around in turn 1. Wiedmeyer ends up on his lid. Plummer, Cosiza, Parsons, Tesmer all collected in that incident.
Oh, bummer deal for a couple of those drivers here early. Jackson Schimmick putting it up on the bicycle.
Oh, this track is already out to get these drivers.
They really didn't do any track prep. We were talking about that on commercial break. They just left the track the same, threw some water down. It's really tricky.
Yeah, I think these drivers are a little bit more to a more fully prepped racetrack. They're up against it throughout this one. It's still lap 1, and Already a whole truck starting to shed some body paint.
It looks like it's the second half of the race this early, and it's not. That's how wore in the track is. We're going to take another look at what went on here in turn one.
Yeah, Miller
bumped him.
It all started with Miller being a little too aggressive there. He sent Visser into the spin cycle. Meanwhile, Parsons was getting into Wiedmeyer, who had nowhere to go anyways. Rosiza went around as well in a separate little stack up there. And fortunately, everybody able to get back, face the right direction.
Man, they're tiptoeing so much here so early. Avery Hemmer in that FXR truck did a lot of damage in round 9, taking that big win. Everybody looking to take her down today. Draxton Shimmick, this is hometown track, Shane.
Yeah, trying to bounce back from some tough luck yesterday. Everybody was really aggressive in round number 9. As you see, the Toys for Trucks and the Tires machine of Parsons down in the hot pit, getting a new tire. No doubt his tire went down after that contact in turn 1.
Yeah, it just seems like Parsons ran into so much trouble this year. Got a win, but other than that, he's just been fighting a good fight.
We'll reset the order for you. Draxton Shimmick out front, Avery Hemmer second, Chris Vandenelsen in the final podium spot. Then it's Thriller Wyatt Miller, Braden Beauchamp, excuse me, and Nick Visser in 6th.
Yeah, you see Beauchamp working his way up into the field. There is Vandenelsen riding above him, trying to hunt down Avery Hemmer. See, a couple of them must have been talking to their spotter about that bottom line. It's Draxton Shimmick having issues.
Uh-oh. I was looking at Vandenelsen, who carried out a little bit wide and bounced off the concrete barrier. But yeah, Shimmick got up there from Vandenelsen.
Yeah, I don't know what went on there. Might missed the gear or whatever coming out of that turn. Now Visser getting by. Beauchamp moves him out of the way.
Yeah, and Shimmick was about to lose another spot there. Something has gone sideways for the 94 of Shimmick, and that puts Hemmer out front, just where she missed yesterday in round number 9.
Unbelievable run for Avery Hemmer, Shane. That track is just gone as we're going to take another look at what happened. Watch this little bump.
Yeah, Shimmick was trying to get back down to the bottom onto that dark dirt. Hard to say who's at fault there, and it's not our call to make, thankfully. So Vandenelsen slots into 2nd, Miller into 3rd, and here's Visser now up into 4th. He is going to work on the Thriller.
Oh,
trouble for...
Oh,
that was Hemmer.
Yeah, that's Avery Hemmer. I thought it was Vandenelsen. That was Hemmer that went around.
So Hemmer off the racetrack. Chris Vandenelsen now out front. And that again has huge points implications. Hemmer was 3rd in the points. And
look at Hemmer.
Today,
Hemmer gave
like that.
Hey, Shane, sorry to cut you off. Hemmer gave Visser a little tap going in, and it crossed them all up. He's going to have to go back to work once again.
Yeah, Visser going to put up with too much of that either. We know that from seeing him race over the last few years. He gives a little shove back there.
Yeah, he's used to get beat banged around. Just keep moving forward. Look at him getting crossed up on entry. You can't do that.
Oh man, still trying to get back up. Hemmer was out of shape too, and Hemmer's going to go all the way around.
Yeah, Visser's going to help her finish that deal.
Well, Visser really had no choice. He could have put it in park. That was about his only other choice. Then he just decided to keep on trucking and go through the bedside. Get on with his race as we look back up front. Wyatt Miller trying to hunt down Chris Vandenelsen.
Yeah, the Thriller Wyatt Miller is definitely hard on the loud pedal, trying to hunt down the next entire ride. Look at what went on with Avery Hemmer.
Yeah, this
got in a little too hot and heavy.
That's the spin that cost her the lead, and then later on, same story, just loops it. Visser had nowhere to go.
No.
Beauchamp was pushing on Visser's back bumper anyway, so those two just had to, unfortunately, send Avery the rest of the way around.
We always talk about it when you're in those positions. It don't take much of a bump to get you to go all the way around on this ice rink down on that inside.
Look at Vandenelsen. That's the highest we've seen anybody run all weekend through turn 2. He's just looking for a little bit of grip.
hear him bouncing it off the rev limiter. Stop going over that finger jump.
Be coming to the halfway point this next time by as Visser now starting to creep up on Miller once again.
Boy, look at how slow they're going through there.
Yeah, everybody being really conservative here, just trying to preserve and maintain, but halfway point has been reached. Chris Vanderdelsen picks up a couple bonus points. Miller and Visser in the top three here at the break. Shimmick and Beauchamp also with a really good pace throughout that first half.
Yeah, you wonder what happened to Draxton there. He just made that bobble, costing him many of spots. We'll see if he can redo that setup on that truck for himself. You know, you went in there, just made that mistake. You got to know where your brake bias is on these trucks. You got to know how far is too far when you're entering, and it's just a ballet dance. You got to carry that rear of that truck. That's why it's going to try to cool down those tires a little bit, go in that loamy soil. See that a lot in dirt track.
One truck did pull into the hot pit here at halfway. It was Gavin Plummer. All they did was rip off some loose fiberglass and sent him on his way. So Plummer to the hot pit, but still on the lead lap. Before we get back to it, we'll check in trackside with Haley for an update on this Pro Spec race.
Well, I've been hanging out in the work area, and everyone down there has been making quick work of the drivers who have had to make a pass through that section. But what we're watching on track now, I just saw that last lap before this competition yellow. Nick Visser just clocked the fastest time of the race so far with a minute flat. So Nick Visser, he's always exciting. At any given point of any given race, I think he's going to continue to bring it in the second half. And again, topping the time charts right now, sitting third in this race, Nick Visser.
Yeah, he's aggressive though, Haley, right? He came out of the super stock truck division. He knew what it was to show up without body panels at the end of the day. So he is going to fight the good fight, like I like to say. He's not done yet. That hood, they can replace it, I promise.
Look how far Visser has already come too. Remember, he spun on the start of this race.
Well, here we go. It's Vandenels and Miller, Visser.
Thriller Wyatt Miller right down across the blue groove and hard into the bedside of Vandenels, and Visser had to check up to not clean out Miller on exit from turn one. So already a little bit dicey here on lap one of this restart. Now Shimmick trying the high side, trying to get past Visser. It looks like he'll be able to get that pass completed.
Yeah, down in this infield section, this is the only way that you can get grip is down on that inside. But over in the infield, there's no grip on the bottom. You have to commit to that outside. Watch Vandenelsen putting that right rear right on that cushion. Crossing back over. He's feeling really comfy right now.
Miller able to once again get to the bedside of Vandenelsen, but no closer.
Look at they're tied together.
Yeah, Thriller starting to feel the pressure from Shimmick. Here comes another charge by Visser. Oh, and Vandenelsen there.
Yeah, he scrubbed some speed. The Thriller Wyatt Miller, that's Chevrolet trying to reel him back in. Now Draxton picking up that third spot.
Nice recovery though by Vandenelsen to hold on to the lead through turn one. Oh, and Miller puts it up on the bike a little bit. Further back, you saw Braden Beauchamp working on Visser.
Yeah, great drive for Braden once again. First season in the Pro Spec division.
Man, Vandenelsen another little bobble there. Stayed committed to running right across the blue groove through turn three, but I think Chris has to abandon that and try something a little bit different.
Yeah, because you do not want to run that cushion on certain areas when Wyatt gets up behind you like that, because he's going to try to sneak underneath and use you as a burn.
Oh, further back, Shimmick in some trouble. He's going to go off the racetrack. Visser now into third. Beauchamp now into fourth.
This isn't over yet, Lena. The Thriller Wyatt Miller putting down some quick times.
Look at the smoke off of Vandenelsen's tires driving across that blue groove. This track is all the way used up. Vandenelsen staying way to the high side through turn two. That is for sure the best line through there. And this is where Vandenelsen's been struggling big time.
Yeah, he's going to commit to the top. He's going to stay. He needs to just commit more up to the top and carry that all the way around. He hits the berm.
Saw a glimpse of a truck upside down in the rhythm section, and I think that's Gavin Plummer in a really precarious spot. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a full course yellow come out here momentarily.
Oh boy, Shane, this could get good here. We might tighten them back up. There is Van Elzen in that 66.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Full course caution is going to come out here. Chris Van Elzen is the leader. Under 60 seconds remaining. First, we'll make sure Gavin Plummer is doing all right inside that number 98. They've already got that truck. All signs pointing to Gavin being all right.
Yeah, they're going to get Gavin Plummer's truck back on its wheels. A lot of fiberglass damage. Hard to see anything else from this point. Front bumper bent in. Just hope he's okay. This is going to get good, Shane. Crosiza coming in the pits. He's got more damage, I think, than just the right front tire. Have to wait and see.
Yeah, it looks like that truck is pretty well twisted up. They had to lift up on the truck just to be able to get the jack under the front of it. All signs pointing to 1 lap remaining when we get back to it. So green and white at the same time. Not official yet. They were still talking about it in by scoring and timing, and it seemed like that's the way that we would go.
Yeah, it seems about right. We lost the time clock there before that rollover. Tough break for Wiedmeyer, seeing him sit down in the middle of that track. And
yeah, the rookie Wiedmeyer showed some speed this year.
Lots of speed.
He found out what pro spec looks like here at Dirt City. Ended up upside down yesterday and out of this one early.
Look at the rookie Braden Beauchamp in the top 4 on this restart.
Well, that's another guy that came out of Super Stock Truck and still races Super Stock Truck. Those races fall apart like this every time they hit the racetrack. So, Braden, this is nothing new to him, just like it's nothing new to Nick.
And look who he's behind, right? They're going to try to follow. It's Van Elzen, Miller, Visser, Beauchamp, top 4. We're back green flag racing. There it is. The white flag's out at the same time.
A 1-lap sprint, a brawl for it all here in Pro Spec. Look at Visser muscle his way to the front.
That is exactly what he did. He waited for that opportunity. Now Visser
that was a big
takes
time
that lead.
Big time move by Visser on that restart. Van Elzen able to hold on to second. Miller now in third. There was a lot more shuffling going on further back. It's like Braxton Shimmick able to get by Beauchamp.
Well, you got to remember, Nick Visser has the fastest lap of the race, and look where he's at. He's out front, getting a lot of grip on that top. Van Elzen losing more ground.
Man, what a restart. What a finish to this race by Visser if he can bring it home. One last time down into the final turn.
Man, he earned this one. Getting beaten, banged around. Now his eyes are set on the checkered flag. Round 10 winner, Nick Visser.
That is going to tighten up the points a little bit between him and Van Elzen. Single-digit point lead for Van Elzen over Nick Visser. That's how close it is here in Pro Spec.
Boy, is he a happy race car driver.
That is a huge win for Visser. How about Wyatt Miller, after all the bad luck he's had, finally back on the podium here in round 10.
Yeah, great to see the Thriller back up on the podium. Man, Bark River's right around the corner. You imagine Pro Spec.
It's going to be
the
chaos.
Big track.
Going to be wild up there. Shimmick finishes 4th when it's all said and done. Another good day for the rookie Beauchamp, top 5 finish. And the margins are so close in Pro Spec. Yesterday's winner, Avery Hemmer, 6th in round 10 today.
Wow.
What a difference a day makes.
Yeah, it fluctuates so much in this class, and I just love to see the numbers. Well, we're going to take another look at how Nick Visser got this job done. Watch, he just forced the issue here. Didn't make any contact until right there.
To throw your truck across the blue groove like he did and just trust that it was going to stick, because he never really got into Vandenelsen.
No, he didn't.
He didn't touch him.
He caught that edge and it pulled him around.
He went full send through that truck into turn one, and unreal. What a move there by Visser. See Dustin Pence giving him a hug. Pence, of course, built that brand new truck for Visser in the offseason. Can't wait to hear what they have to say up on the podium after that one. We'll find out in just a few moments. And then it's time for Pro 4 here at the Dirt City Off-Road National. Don't go anywhere.
"50 years of speed, tradition, and unforgettable moments. Now, one of off-road racing's most iconic weekends returns. Join us August 14th, 15th, and 16th at Bark River International Off-Road Raceway for a 3-day racing spectacular, live music, a pit party, and more. Don't miss the 50th annual Resort and Casino Off-Road Rumble in the UP. Rounds 11 and 12 of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road National Championship. For tickets and more information, visit champoffroad.com.
We don't just formulate UTV lubricants. We validate them under real-world stress and intense dyno testing. We put machines in the field, log the data, then recreate conditions in the lab. After rigorous testing, we tear them down and inspect a critical component. From the trail, to the rocks, to the job site, AMSOIL UTV products are tested, proven, and ready to protect.
Another fantastic instant classic in Pro Spec here in round 10. We've already got the drivers ready to chat with Haley. We're going to go down to the podium. Haley, those guys put on one heck of a battle out there, didn't they?
I could watch this class all day long. Wyatt Miller, okay, this was the type of fight we know that you have in you. I just want to know for you and the team, what's it mean to be back in this position on the podium?
Yeah, first of all, I got to thank God. You know, it means a lot. Last night we had a little issue. Truck fell off the jack, hurt one of my crew guys. With us, Jeremy, thank you. We got on the podium today, just taking one that cost us.
Way to battle out there.
Thank you. I want to thank Bass Pro Shops, Tough Coat Flooring, Bilstein, Toyo Tires, and everyone that helps.
Nice job today, and really relieved to hear that on your team and everyone's all right. Chris Vandenelsen, wow, what a great race from you. I want to know from your perspective, what did you have to do in navigating this tough one?
Just pure throttle control and just trying to hit your marks every single time. That track had, I think that was gone yesterday, but yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Ruts everywhere. Blue groove the whole way. You could find some grip here or there, but you were just chasing it the whole time, and it was good. These guys would give me all the pressure in the world, and you know, Nick got by me right at that last corner, or the first last lap, and I knew I opened it up. I just got in a little bit, but I think Nick played it back to where he was going, and it was fun. It was still fun. The year. It's been amazing so far. Little rough time yesterday, but no, I'm excited that Nick and I think are just going to be going back and forth here, and it's pretty cool. So we've been kind of the OGs of the class, and it's cool to see us up here. But I just want to thank my whole family. Love y'all, everybody at home, my beautiful wife, my spotter Robert. He was just coaching me through everything. Hey, keep it calm here, try and find some traction here. And aside from that, Nexen Tire, Race Around Demand, Blaster, DHI, ZFG, Joe's Hand Cleaner, everybody else that's supporting our program and just fans of ours, appreciate y'all. Thank you. Oh, and Agents for Autism as well, so thank you.
Congratulations on this hard-earned podium and a great championship battle we're watching. Okay, Nick Visser, fast and feisty out there. I want to know, with a great drive like that, what was fueling you today?
Just getting spun in turn one. I thought the day was over right then and there, and I'm thinking maybe a couple other people might have had their day ended there trying to avoid it, and thankfully it wasn't me. But we just battled back. It was a rough track. It was dusty. It was hard to get through. Coming to that S-turn, coming out of turn one, you could not see the tractor tires there. It was just like hoping and praying I'm on wide enough, and we just kept pushing. Halfway or just before, truck started getting warm. I forgot to turn my fans on and flum for that. So it was a battle the whole way, and just thankful to be here at the end. Can't thank my crew enough. Luke, Nikolai, Sam, Mason, my girlfriend, my parents, just everybody here helping me out. I mean, it's been a great weekend. I think this is 3 years in a row I've won at least one race here, so it feels good to do here. Yokohama's behind me. Anything I want, anything I need, they're there for it. Dustin Pence for building a hell of a truck and being in my ear, coaching me through this. Just everybody else, Builder Service, Argon Lumber, B&B Container, Made a Custom Apparel, Local 139, K2 Print Company, J&J Insulators, Annual Motorplex, everybody else that's helped me get up here and do this, my kids, everybody else watching, my mom's here, just other family that makes the track, and thanks to Dirt City for working their asses off in this heat and putting this track together for us. Thank you.
Good at Dirt City is an understatement for Nick Visser, today's winner for Pro Spec.
Thank you very much, Haley. Congratulations to the top three. It's going to be a battle all the way at the end of the season, as we're going to take a look at what went on right away. The first turn, that's what Nick was talking about. He got taken out.
Hard to believe that the truck that got spun around and started that chain of events would end up on top of the podium when it was all said and done. A little bit later on, Shimmick gets sent around. And then Hemmer, while running out front, having some issues staying in control.
Yeah, and
more
it just
issues
looked like
later
it
for
locked
Hemmer.
Up there.
Look who, of course, Visser. Who else would it be?
He just kept moving forward, not paying attention to any other of the carnage, as he made some contact with Shimmick, but Shimmick was already over-rotated. And then this is that restart right at the end.
Yeah, unbelievable. His truck just stuck on it. Didn't get into Vandenel's. And that made the difference. Well, there's some horsepower on the track, but we're going to see a whole lot more of it. Track prep going on. Pro 4 waiting in staging. Don't go anywhere.
So the owner of JB Steel Erectors, which is the installer in the field. And I'm the owner of Jimmy Henderson Motorsports, which runs a Pro 4 Champ Off-Road team. So what led me to consider AMSOIL for commercial business was performance on the track. Like I said, we were having issues with motors expiring too early and gears wearing out, and we found AMSOIL and it corrected those issues. And just got to thinking, we're having issues with welding machines, we're having issues with forklifts, and just not getting the mileage out of them, and the motors are having to be rebuilt before expected. So we were trying to figure out, how do we keep our maintenance costs down and how do we keep our equipment costs down, and AMSOIL's helped us do that.
Before the action, before the race, or the game, or the stunt, there's always a crew working behind the scenes that makes it all possible. From the job site to the pit box, Brunt Workwear is proud to stand behind the crew.
Welcome back to Dirt City Motorplex, Dirt City Off-Road National. It's been a busy day for crews down there in the hot pit, and we've got Nolan down trackside in the hot pit. He himself standing next to one of the guys who's orchestrating a lot of that work we see in the hot pit throughout every race weekend. Nolan, who do you have down there with us?
Shane, I've got the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Hawkers. When he's not out in his light buggy in the morning, he spends most of his days down here in the hot pit lane. Leader of the Hot Pit Service Lane Utility Technician Specialist. Steve, tell everybody just how many cars you pit in a day down here.
There's too many I can count. I'm thinking we're out here for 10 classes, pretty much all the pro classes but Pro 4. Obviously all day we didn't have anyone to do a tire for, but Wesley had one. We were here for him to do that. And then even Luke Stubbs. So, I mean, we got him out on the lead lap, and I think he took like a 6. So that's what we're kind of here for. But otherwise, sportsmen, I think we got like maybe 10 light buggies, probably about half the 1,600 light buggies. We got super stock, and then we got a couple friends on UTV. So we're out here doing tires for everybody and just trying to keep them out there. Try to get that fastest lap so they can get them good for Bark River.
And tell me how this whole operation came to be.
Well, really, it was, I mean, we're just friends with everybody. And I had my buddy with C-Pod that kind of started his pro truck, and Kyle Greaves, and we just helped them out. And then it kind of just kept slowly growing more and more, and just helping out. I mean, we got even our own family, Evan out there, Greg Stingle, and everyone that's in Light Buggy, and the RNS crew. So we're always out here trying to help a hand and just do what we can do.
One of the busiest guys here at the track every weekend that you guys might not get to see on screen, Steve Hockers.
Thank you so much, Nolan. You hear the crowd giving Steve a cheer. I think Steve is the only guy that works as hard as Nolan does throughout a race weekend, all the different jobs that Nolan does, but no doubt Steve and the rest of the service lane utility technicians, specialists, for what they do. And like Steve was saying, they're down there pretty much all day. They're full of all different tires for all different vehicles, and you never know when you're going to pull in. You might not even have an agreement with them, but all of a sudden they see your guys struggling, they'll run over and help anyways. They want to get you back out there.
Yeah, it's always good to have another helping hand. You know,
Right.
They're always the eyes in the sky, and it takes a lot of people to make one of these races go on, and especially the racers show up. Maybe they're short on crew members. Well, they got you covered.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And we even saw it from some other teams too throughout the weekend. It's been, Lena always is a little bit rough on equipment, so it's been a busy weekend in the hot pit lanes. And, yesterday we saw in Super Stock, I believe, yesterday, a couple trucks coming back. And we're like, well, we're already out here with the jack. Just go to the next truck, just serve the next customer in line. It's part of the game within the game, the race within the race that sometimes happens down in the hot pit lane here in Champ Off-Road. You see a little bit more track prep still going on. A couple broken Pro Spec trucks still getting some help getting off the racetrack. We will go to another break. When we come back, it is finally time for the grand finale of Round 10 Pro 4. The big dogs, we're going to let them run here at Dirt City.
Mechanics find a way to get at every Champ Off-Road event. Brunt is recognizing one of these weekend warriors by gifting them a pair of the best boots on the planet.
It's Trad, our Brunt weekend warrior. Trad, a big win yesterday for you and the team, but that's not the whole story. You and the team had to put in long days leading up to it. So tell us more about the grind since ERX.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. When we left ERX, we didn't think the truck was that bad, so we came to Lena with our backup truck and tested. And when we got home, I started to strip it down, and it was way worse than what we thought it was. So I probably had, 6 days to get it back together, and we didn't think we were gonna get it back together. So I had the guys prepping the other truck, and then I was just hard at it in the fab shop, and we pulled it off. Thanks to my team, thanks to everybody, but we barely made it here. But yeah, it was good, and back to normal, so I'm pumped on that.
That's an incredible feat in and of itself for a truck, but your daughter also racing short course karts. What's this experience like for you, being with her, maybe in the spotters tower here in staging?
It's tough. It's actually worse than the Pro 4. It's so nerve-wracking. I'm more nervous when she goes out. Because if something happens with this thing, she cries on the radio, and it breaks your heart. So it's tough, and it's hard to juggle the two because you want to make this thing fast. And then obviously I have to focus on the Pro 4. But it's good. It's good to see her smile, and when we do, it's exciting, so it's good.
He's been a multi-time Mechanic of the Year and our Brunt weekend warrior. It's Trad.
Welcome to Dirt City Off-Road National. So glad to have you tuned in. This is AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt, round number 10. Once again, Shane Stetsny, Brent Smith up here in the booth. Brent, it's time to let the big dogs run. Pro 4, what should we look for in this Pro 4 race here at Dirt City?
Well, anyone can win at any given time. It's a bull ring here. Anything can happen. You're going to have to move your buddy out of the way to get the win today. So keep an eye on guys like Adrian Cheney and a host of others that could get it done.
Yeah, it's all about who wants to be aggressive enough to push their way to the front. That's going to be the difference here in Pro 4 at Dirt City. That's what we saw in round 9 as well. So looking for more of the same.
The crown jewel of off-road racing. The fastest and fiercest of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road. Pro 4 trucks are fully custom four-wheel drive war machines. 900 horsepower. Capable of conquering any line, launching bigger, landing harder, and accelerating like nothing else on dirt. Where horsepower meets precision at triple-digit speeds. When the flagman gives the orders, everything will be left on the line. This is what these drivers live for. And this is what you couldn't wait to see. Pro 4.
Here is your lineup for Pro 4. Jimmy Henderson and the silent assassin Mickey Thomas on the front row. The wild man Cheney and the 10-time champ CJ Greaves in row number 2. The 7-time champ Johnny Greaves and the rookie Andrew Pate alongside one another in row number 3. After Jimmy Henderson took that win in round 9 yesterday, flip-flopped the points. It was a 3-point margin with CJ on top when this weekend got started. Now a 3-point margin with Jimmy Henderson on top enter round number 10.
Yeah, it's going to be a great battle right up until the end. Thomas is just showing so much speed. That truck is so hooked up. And then Jimmy Henderson getting the job done. Trad had to go to work and fix that truck and get it ready for this weekend. Took multiple hours.
Looking back at yesterday, the wild man got out to the early lead. But Henderson just not to be denied. A couple different times that Cheney struggled to keep that truck pointed the direction he wanted to go, and that pass was the difference maker. You see all of the track prep crew headed for the exit, and that means the Pro 4s are just about ready to roll.
Boy, I can't thank the track crew enough. Just the work they put in, keeping this track together. They've laid down a lot of water this weekend.
They did move quite a lot of dirt as well before they sent the Pro 4s out. It was pretty chewed up after Pro Spec, but Pro 4 is just about ready to roll. But first, Haley, what can you tell us about the action up in the Spotters Tower?
Well, one individual up there in particular, and let me set the scene by saying this, because you guys heard from Johnny Greaves yesterday. He said, I haven't felt like myself. Now, we've actually heard that from Johnny a time or two over the last couple of years, and we only sometimes know that when things click and he has a great day, he finds his flow. So I asked him to help me better understand that. What is behind this mental block? Is it based on a setting? Is it based on the truck? Or is it something mental or otherwise? And he said, honestly, and he joked with me, he said, Haley, it's called getting old. Now, let me be clear with our audience. This is not a decline in ability. No, we're talking about Johnny Greaves here. He did add that it's things that once came natural to me, I didn't have to think about, I now have to think about. And where this picture became clear is earlier in this season when his son CJ was spotting for him. CJ's very vocal on the headset, and with so and being hands-on in that regard with the communications, Jake Kosmecki, who is an excellent spotter and who is up in the spotter stand now, he said, that's what I'm asking of Jake Kosmecki now, is to be a little bit more hands-on communications with me. If I'm rotating a little bit too slow, I want to know about it. So Jake is still sharp and sendy as ever. So I look forward to hearing from John today, and if he's able to find that flow and start to feel like himself again.
Yeah, I believe it's not going to take very long, and it's funny you say that he says he's getting old, but hey, he surprised us many of times, and having CJ on the radio, you could tell he put his laps together a lot better. I had a chance to have CJ, he was only like 14 years old on the radio when I was in Super Stock Truck, and he taught me a lot at such a young age. I can imagine what he's done with his dad.
Well, Johnny's going to have to roll off the back row here in this Pro 4 race if he wants to push his way to the front. Everybody will try to keep the pace with your Yokohama top qualifier, Mickey Thomas, the silent assassin, putting down some fast laps yesterday. Fortunately, Thomas not able to make it on the podium, had to come in and change a tire. Ended up finishing that one a lap down to everybody else. So looking for a bounce back from Thomas for sure.
Yeah, when that truck's on, it's on, though. He's going to have to go through a war here. I know Henderson's ready, locked, and loaded. Max's tire is on the front row.
It's about to get loud here at Dirt City. Brent Smith, really fun couple of drivers on the front row. A couple of X Factors. You got the wild man out there. You got the rookie Andrew Pate, who has shown some speed in his limited appearances this year.
Yeah, it's going to get good here. The calm before the storm. Sit back and listen to 900 plus horsepower take off.
Well, they stayed 2x2 all the way down into turn 1, but Thomas is going to get the early edge over Henderson.
Yeah, you can see they just can't clear that yet, being that slippery.
Yeah, later on they'll be able to double in there. We saw a couple drivers do that yesterday. Look at CJ just creep down along the bottom.
Dust and areas already start to form with all 4 of these tires just locked and loaded. Like I said before, 900 plus horsepower under the hood.
Meanwhile, there's already some trouble for Johnny Greaves. Got a glimpse of him out the window. He is off the pace because he has a flat right rear tire. So,
bummer deal for Mr. Greaves.
1 lap complete and a long way to go here. Thomas, Henderson, and the Wild Man, your top 3, headed back down into turn 1.
Look at Thomas just apexing that turn. Beautiful. You see the excess fuel coming out of Henderson's exhaust. Just as they shift to get on the gas. There's John Greaves going down pit lane. They're going to try to change this tire and keep him on the lead lap.
Oh, they're going to be up against it here. Pro 4 lap time's only about 55 seconds.
If you're ready, you can try to change it under a minute, so we'll have to see. They're on the back straightaway right now as we speak.
Oh, I don't think there's quite enough time to keep Johnny on the lead lap.
Now, no, they're already putting it back on the hub. It's going to be tricky here. They got to get him out in the next 5-6 seconds.
Thomas back onto the front straightaway. Johnny coming down off the jack, and he's not going to make it back in time. So Johnny Greaves no longer on the lead lap. And we've got 2 trucks tangled up. That's the Wild Man and CJ Greaves. It doesn't look like Cheney can get his truck started again.
No, and that's the case. Once you get these stuck in here, just try to find neutral again. It's very challenging. They both get back underway as well as Adrian Cheney. And look at watch the Wild Man come into this corner. He just apexed too early.
Yeah, tried to turn in a little bit early and then stalled the truck. And like we were saying, once you get these trucks stalled, if they're in gear, it's really tough to get them back into neutral and get them to fire again. So as it stands right now, that'll put Andrew Pate into a podium position.
Oh man, something happened.
Yeah, Thomas drifted way wide.
He hit that wall so hard.
I can't believe he didn't shear something off. Everything looks to be A-okay though for Thomas. Close call for the number 88.
Yeah, he just slid up into that retaining wall. He seemed to gather it up a little bit better through here.
Even though they moved some dirt around before this race started, you can tell it's getting rough really fast for these Pro 4s. Both those 2 just about able to make it over to double in, I should say, into the rhythm section.
Wow, look at that. Trying to crisscross right over, parks it in front of Henderson. Henderson gave him a little kiss on the bedside.
Yeah, that was a mistake by Thomas that led to that contact. They come out of turn 4 and head for the hellhole once again.
Boy, this track is just all grazing that tractor tire again. Oh, Adrian Chetty having issues. The wild man parked his fence.
Yeah, that's kind of an odd place for a truck to end up. Really curious to find out exactly how he got in that predicament as we look back toward the front. Thomas trying to stretch that lead out a little bit is more trouble. And that's Henderson.
He sheared a tire off.
Right front wheel has left the chat for Jimmy Henderson. His day will be done. Oh, and there's trouble for Thomas too. I think Thomas might have an issue.
Oh, look at that.
Full course yellow is the issue for Thomas. That's why we saw him slowing down a little bit. Oh man, that is a ton of damage to Henderson. Let's go back and take a look first at how the wild man got faced the wrong direction. There you see him in the background.
Oh, he got crossed up, hit that inside fence.
Yeah, really
watch Henderson right here in the dust. He probably couldn't see anything.
Oh man. Henderson
what
somehow
a save.
Able to stay dirty side. I don't know if he saved it so much as just got really lucky that it didn't hook and go over on him. But
yeah, he was just staying down. The tires rotated.
We just heard on the podium how tough it is. Nick Visser after Pro Spec saying it's really tough to see those tractor tires in this dust. I think that's what was the culprit there for Jimmy Henderson.
That's exactly what happened.
So
Shane,
Thomas is out front, and the rookie in his second Champ Off-Road appearance of all time, Andrew Pate, now second on this restart. And no problem for him. He should have no problem holding on to that spot. He's only got the 10-time champ, 5-time defending Pro 4 champ CJ Greaves behind him on this restart.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do, but he's just glad to be out here. It's great to have him in our series. See if Mickey Thomas can continue to lead this race. I just seem to look at so many different corners where he had some bobbles and maybe missed a shift. I don't know. The track is not in the greatest of shape.
Jenny is still on the lead lap, by the way, even with the dramatic race that he has had. So Jenny fourth here for this restart. Johnny Greaves still out there, but unfortunately Johnny is a lap down as you see Henderson being helped out of his race truck. Well, Trad gang just put in a whole bunch of work putting that truck back together after ERX, and just like that, Trad's schedule the next few weeks before Bark River is filled back up.
Yeah, that whole right front, you wonder if it bent the tabs on the lower arm, and that's a hard hit. Those tractor tires definitely move, but it takes a lot of force to move them. He's going to park his truck right in the infield till we're done with this race.
Yeah, it's far enough out of the race line. I think it'll be just fine. But with that, we're going to get back to it. 4 trucks still on the lead lap. Thomas Pate, CJ Greaves, and Adrian Cheney. Johnny Greaves out there a lap down. Henderson sidelined after picking up the win and taking the points lead away from CJ back in round 9. Just like that, CJ, if he can finish just a couple spots ahead of Henderson, will take the points lead back.
Well, here we go, Shane. Mickey Thomas, Pate, Greaves, Cheney, Henderson is out. Johnny Greaves still in the mix, but a lap down.
Look how rough it is trying to run up the top side on turn 1.
Has Henderson lost front wheel drive? Not Henderson,
yeah,
but Mickey Thomas.
Thomas
looked like
to be really struggling there.
I didn't see no dirt coming out.
Here goes Greaves alongside Pate. Looks like Pate is just going to yield to let CJ get on by. I see the front wheels digging on Thomas's truck, but you're right, it was having a really hard time rotating from turn 1.
Yeah, sometimes those differentials will interlock and come out once in a while if you're having issues. So Thomas still well out in front. Just trying to capitalize again and pick up another victory here in Pro 4 with 4.5 minutes to go.
Well, we know CJ is going to be hard at work trying to hunt him down. Meanwhile, we saw a glimpse in the background that the wild man got around Andrew Pate, so Cheney now in a podium position once again. see, though, Chenny's already had a very eventful roller coaster of a race here in round 10.
Yeah, he's just going to try to keep it up on the podium in that number 11. Been around a long, long time, Shane. Great to have him back each and every year. He just loves this Pro 4 class.
Yeah, I'm sure Nolan would correct me on this if I was wrong, but I'm pretty sure Chenny's been in Pro 4 longer than anybody else, longer than any active driver.
Yeah, absolutely. There is our halfway point in this Pro 4 race.
Yeah, kind of a late mid-race caution there after the early full course yellow. So it'll be a relatively short finish. See if Mickey Thomas can hold on and win another one here in 2026. This would be Thomas's 4th win if he can bring it home. Before we see how it all wraps up in Pro 4, let's check in one last time trackside with Haley.
This has been good and as always unpredictable. This Pro 4 class is so wild, and Dirt City, what I take away from this every year, almost every year, especially for this Pro 4 class, is the same mind of winners find ways. It isn't necessarily a raw speed track. As you guys have been talking about it all weekend long, it just demands a little something different from you. Some grit, managing a truck or side-by-side or buggy all the way to the finish, and an ability to go elbows up. So honestly, pick a driver, any driver. Right now, Mickey Thomas in command ahead of CJ Greaves, Adrian Chenny, your top 3. But we know the second half of this one could be another wild one.
Yeah, thank you, Haley. And yeah, anything can happen in this Pro 4 division. The track has been brutal. We got the baddest to the bone trucks out there right now, and if they're having issues, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, even Thomas, who's led most of this race so far, he's struggled at times. He's really having a hard time down here in turn 1. A little bit cleaner that time, but everybody just fighting this racetrack. Look at all that dust through that rhythm section.
You see Adrian, he had to get out of the gas there. He couldn't see anything behind CJ Greaves. He didn't want to hit one of those tractor tires again. Thomas just opening it up about a truck and a half. CJ running a different line than Thomas.
Well, CJ has the advantage of already having been out there in Pro Stock side-by-side and in AMSOIL Pro side-by-side. He knows how the track is going to change as the race gets longer and longer in the late stages. And might have a trick or two up his sleeve to find a special line here in the closing laps, too.
Time left, 2.5 minutes this time going by what will be our finish line. CJ just bonsaiing off in that Monster Energy Toyota. Trying to catch the Mystic Lube Ride, that 88.
By the way, I mentioned that CJ would be able to get the points lead back from Jimmy Henderson. Now that Henderson has been out for a couple laps, CJ does officially have the points lead once again. And he might have the race lead as well, as Thomas having some more issues getting that truck to turn.
Yeah, Payne went through the infield too and made some contact with one of those tractor tires. Look at this, CJ Greaves out front here in Pro 4.
Kind of feels like one of those races that nobody wants to win. There goes Thomas trying to get back to the inside of Greaves and pull alongside.
About 1.5 minutes left in this Pro 4 race in round 10. Can Thomas bounce back and try to pick CJ Greaves' pocket?
Well, we know he's got the speed. He was running out front. He was a top qualifier coming into round 10. This track is just so treacherous, like you said, even for these big, tough Pro 4s.
Man, luckily for that run, it just caught Thomas, pulled him around that corner. He's trying to use CJ as a berm if he can get to him.
Trying to go to the inside. Thomas stalled the truck. He's trying to get it refired. Still hasn't fired back up for Thomas.
Not good for Mickey Thomas.
Oh no, here comes the wild man. Jenny is gonna sneak by Thomas on the inside.
Well, if Payne can get around and
Payne
pass Thomas, he might be able to get on the podium.
very well could be, as CJ Greaves is now flying solo out front. There's the Wild Man.
Yeah, something must have broke on Thomas as well, not just only missing a gear.
Yeah, they're already putting him on the hook. Here is Johnny Greaves catching up to Adrian Shenny. Remember, Johnny is a lap down, so this is just a battle between two legends for pride on the racetrack at this point.
Yeah, Chenny's definitely off the pace, just trying to limp it to the finish line.
There's Andrew Pate, who is in line to get into a podium spot. You see all the damage on the front of his truck. He too had a run-in with one of those tractor tires, got a bunch of wheels.
Yeah, it's
everyone
who can
just
get
trying
their
to survive.
truck to the finish. Hey, it's a tough layout at Dirt City. It's been a struggle all weekend long for a lot of these drivers. Greaves just being patient.
These trucks trying to get the upper hand on one another.
Well, CJ Greaves took the white flag that last time by. There's the Monster Energy number 33. Just taking a parade lap late in the weekend. 6 races this weekend for CJ Greaves. He's looking to put it back up on top of the box here in round 10. Get ready for Bark River, the 50th anniversary coming up in 3 weeks. Mark it on your calendars. CJ is trying to just get through that final turn.
Well, he is going to get it done. CJ Greaves survives a weird, wild one in Pro 4 here in round 10. 3rd win on the season. There is the Wild Man just trying to limp his truck around this racetrack. All these trucks just totally beat to smithereens after this race is done.
Just destroyed these Pro 4s. Chenny's going to end up runner-up. 27 seconds behind CJ Greaves.
Well, with a few corners to go, we'll see him in the background. There's 8 down the backstretch. He's in line for his first Pro 4 podium. Even with his front bumper folded up right in front of his field of view there.
Yeah, just staying in it till the end, not giving up.
There's a lot to be said for just persistence. Stay in the fight. Sometimes that'll land you on the podium. The rookie picks up a 3rd place finish here in round 10. See CJ headed over to the podium. We kind of got to see both versions of Pro 4 this weekend. We saw a really fun race in round 9 yesterday, and then we saw kind of the weird side of Pro 4 here in round 10, I think.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird race. You know, you didn't know who was going to stay alive in this one. Mickey Thomas looked to have the speed early on, checked out on the field, then just became a war, and whoever could get their truck to the finish line first, it was CJ Greaves. He's going to get up on top of the truck.
CJ with a little nod there to one of his competitors' celebrations, and reminds everybody that he is in fact wearing the title belt, 5-time defending Pro 4 champ, as you see Thomas parked off to the side of the racetrack. CJ getting a big hug from Mom as he's getting the helmet off down there.
Boy, what a weekend.
Here's some celebration going on. It sounds like Andrew Pate pretty excited about the 3rd place finish. Could hear him just out of frame there, giving a big shout. Henderson left to survey the damage. See the rest of the truck being rolled across the racetrack to him.
Now let's take a look at what went on in this crazy Pro 4 race, Shane.
Yeah, a lot to unpack. The Silent Assassin on that one. And a little bit later on, Cheney runs into the tractor tire, collected CJ. Pate able to sneak by as well, and then Henderson Thomas, having some issues. More and more of those issues started to bubble up a little bit for Thomas. Time with our top 3 finishers in Pro 4.
Thank you, Andrew Pate. Truly, that is a celebration. I hated to interrupt for this podium, but we got to celebrate this one. Just those first few moments celebrating with your crew, what does this feel like?
It's a dream come true. We've been working for 2 years to get here, and I really don't know what to say. I didn't ever think we'd be up here, but I just want to thank my parents and my wife at home with the kids, and Booger Tire and Sharon and David Phillips. They helped us get here. It's unbelievable.
What do you feel is the biggest area of progress that you and the team have made? You said this was making.
It's just a teamwork. We're all my friends. They've come up here with me, took time off from work. I really don't know. I think a little luck shined down on us today. I can't believe it.
Go enjoy this one, Andrew Pate, P3 for Pro 4 today. Adrian Cheney. A wild story early on in this race, the trucks turned around. So just from that point on, what did you have to do to put your head down and end up here?
It was such a slippery track, such a race of attrition, and the dust was crazy, so I couldn't see, let off the gas, next thing I know I'm hitting a tire and spinning around, and it's just about avoiding the obstacles and trying to stay out of trouble is pretty much all it was. We lost the rear end, so I just had front wheel drive, so I was just limping around, just trying to get to the end with a massive shaking truck, but thank goodness it hung in there. The tires did a great job today, Maxxis. So overall, happy.
I'm happy as well. Adrian Cheney, P2 for Pro 4. So CJ, again, this one far from easy, these conditions. You stayed in it throughout. How?
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of hanging out in the first half, and then Adrian caught that tire, and I wasn't able to get around him, and we were all bottled up there. And then there was a lot of dust coming into the whoop, so it was always like a game of if you were clear the tires or not, to go for the double or not go for the double. And it looks like a couple people didn't quite be clear of the tires. And I knew once we got to the half, I was in second there. Got the line up behind Mickey, and we've yet to go door to door. So I was happy to be the one that was applying the pressure this time instead of being the one that's always being chased. So he made a big mistake there. We were able to get by him, lead some laps, found some good lines. Just getting out to the cushion a little bit sooner just sorted my truck better, and I was able to steer out of it. And I would see him inside of me, and we'd about come out the same. So I just kept doing my thing, and I think eventually he broke there. So overall, great weekend for this Monster Energy Toyota, Toyo tires, Method Race wheels, Fox shocks, Impact Safety, FXR, Viper chairs, just everyone that helps us out. Good points weekend, and we had a lot of fun today. So Lena, thanks for putting on a good event here, and hopefully we'll be back.
We'll see you in Bark River in just a few weeks. Top honors for CJ Greaves, plus Adrian Cheney and Andrew Pate. We'll have a first-time podium.
Thank you so much, Haley. Like we said, that is a wrap on everything here at the Dirt City Off-Road National. Real quick before we go, we will give a shout out to Mickey Thomas, who was the Brunt fast lap of the day among the trucks. 54.181. I'm trying to remember what the lap time was for the fastest UTV, and I think
it was a
UTV's
54. It was
pretty much dead even. So, Mickey Thomas, your Brunt fast lap award winner among the trucks here in round 10 at Dirt City. And with that, we'll welcome you back up here to the booth one last time as we say goodbye. And Brent, I'm tired out. A lot of exciting racing, especially today, day 2 of a Champ Off-Road event does tend to look like that. A lot of drivers with a ton of work to do again. Here we go again as we go into Bark River. Bunch more drivers dealing with some adversity, but these points battles, Pro Buggy, Pro Spec, a whole bunch of sportsman side, Pro 4 even still super tight, really entertaining. Looking forward to what the season in the store.
Yeah, I can only just say, wow, this weekend track was brutal, but now we go to that fast layout at Bark River. It's the 50th. Calendar's down. Like he said, it's 18 days away.
Yeah, 3 days of racing up there, and of course, the Richard Alt Legacy Long Jump. We're bringing back the Long Jump to Bark River. I cannot wait. Brent, send us home. We're on to Bark River.
Well, we want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. For Nolan Castellian, Haley Shanley, Shane Stetsny, I'm Brent Smith. Thanks for watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt. Good night, everyone.